Those are my words exactly. In the Morelos Mountains, campesinos are planting their fields, where the ghost of Zapata rides a horse that can still outrun the wheel. High in the sky above and clear outside is the free Mexican Air Force flying tonight. Way up there in Kentucky, a cowgirl is cooling her heels, remembering that God gave us herbs and the fruits of the field. But a criminal law that makes outlaws of those seeking life make the free Mexican Air Force Mescalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight, flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now strange and innocent herb causes money to burn. They'll jail you or kill you for making those rich fat cats squirm. But nothing can stop us, my vision is clearly in sight. And the free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. While we smoking colitas, federales are loading their guns, blowing smoke from their six-shooters, spinning their barrels for fun. Contrabandistas, banditos of light, we're the free Mexican Air Force and we're flying tonight. And high in the hills we are harvesting sweet sensimilla. The law wants it all because they think the wild we can free us. Freedom for us is a prison for the rulers of might. That's why the free Mexican Air Force, Mescalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. Everybody flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Flying tonight.
When you think of the best punchers ever, and you watch Wilder, what are you thinking? Where does he rank with that shot? What about compared to guys like you, Earnie Shavers, Sonny Liston? Can he hit like that?
Nobody can hit like Earnie Shavers. He had a crunch punch, and it was real, like a welterweight. He come back, wow. And if he happened to catch you, you were going to take a stroll down memory lane, trying to remember what in the world am I doing here. And Earnie Shavers was the best as far as executing the punch.
So you fought, in your own career, you fought men more stronger than you.
Oh, much stronger. So strong they use Van Oil.
Who's the strongest? Who's the strongest?
No, the strongest
man, just in terms of
Earnie Shavers.
Really?
Yeah, man. Strong as your face, ain't going to man. He hit hard. He's got the hit of his record. And I don't know why I picked him in this late in my career. I didn't really do these as good as he was. I predicted 1 round 7. And he was good. He took all I had and hit real hard.
Good evening. Thank you so much for coming by, man. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. We're here for a solemn occasion, I guess, man. You know, nobody gets out alive, like they say, man, and everybody has to go. And yesterday, one of my favorites went. But this is why we're here tonight, man. I got a nice big bud of this. See if we can get that focused in there. There we go. You know, it does when I put my hand behind it, just so I can think. See, yeah, focus is right in there. But that's a nice nugget there. That's a beauty. That's a beauty. And Friday night at the shack over here. I'm gonna put that away. I broke off a nice little chunk. Nice little chunk to put in the Toker 2 over here. And my lovely wife has cleaned up my Toker 2 so like it just came out of the box clean. So I'm getting a few on here before the show starts. Hope you don't mind that, because I need a couple more of those. Yeah, I caught the sad word yesterday. You know, and it was so bizarre, because the day before, August 31st, that was Earnie Shavers' birthday. He's 68 years old, 10 years older than Bruce Gas. 78 years old. I'm sorry, Bruce Gas is 68. We get a little fever, we forget. There we go. Earnie Shavers. August 31st, 1944. Earnie didn't start boxing. Let me shout out the room here, man. I'm getting ahead of myself, man, because once again, man, you know, this happened yesterday, and I was invited to go on D-Style's panel last night. Really, really cool. I mean, I always like going on there, the aftermath, and it was great last night. You know, it was. We talked a little bit about Earnie. I guess everybody has to shout him out a little bit on their show, man. But see, I was a fanboy. I was an Earnie Shavers fanboy. You know. I admit it. Let me shout out, man. Let me shout out who's here, man. Joe was here earlier. I'm gonna pin this too. This is really interesting, man. Rocky Marciano died August 31st. Earnie Shavers' birthday was August 31st. And Rocky's birthday was September 1st, the day Earnie died, September 1st. Woo! Kind of sends a chill up your spine, you know. AJ64, bro, salute, man. William Old School Arnett, man, thank you, my brother. J.O., salute, man, salute. Just watching Shavers and Lyle, man. Maybe we'll throw that on. Lando Lamas, my brother. All gas, no brakes. Antonio Richardson, bro. Thank you for coming by, my brother. Chen Smoke, salute, man, salute. Marion G. Peace, my brother. Teach. Shout out to you. Xavier the Boxing Nerd. Shout out to you, my brother. The Weightlifting Geek, man. Thank you for coming by, bro. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate it. Like Earnie Shavers, man. He got a late start in the boxing game. He didn't start boxing until he was 22 years old. He had a relatively short amateur career. Won a national AAU title. Getting my notes straightened out here because see I can go through an Earnie Shavers career when I saw it, but I like to get the dates in the time straight. So I open up Boxing Rec here so I can keep the chronological affairs in order here, man. Because see the first time I noticed Earnie Shavers, he had already accomplished. He had an awesome winning streak. And I paid attention to him. See, but there wasn't fights on the internet like there is today. You know, we were kind of limited to the afternoon fights and to the an occasional Friday night fight, man. You know, and then it picked up a little more, but it wasn't like it is today. You know, we didn't get to see every fight, every card on every fight. So Earnie Shavers, he was a guy that. You caught some of his fights, but not as many as you would today. And you know, let's look at when Ernie's pro career when Ernie got started. You know, I didn't really pay any mind to him, like I said, until actually with the Ron Stander fight, but he lost his third fight to a fighter named Stan Johnson by decision. You know, under script. And then he went on a knockout streak. You know, the legend was coming alive there. And then he fought fellow contender Ron Stander, who just passed away last year too, man. But he got stopped by Ron Stander. I appreciate you coming through, man. Make sure you throw me a like. Make sure you throw me a sub. I really like to see that sub count goes up. It's a cool thing, and man, you know, I appreciate it. A Friday night, man, because this wasn't a scheduled thing, but you know, losing the great Earnie Shavers, man, that's a hollow day. 88 Sports Talk, salute my brother. And like I said, man, you know. He got knocked out by Ron Stander, but that put some drive in Earnie Shavers right there, man. Earnie Shavers went on a tear. I think it was 31 wins. One Vincent Rondano, former light heavyweight champ, he held Ernie to a decision. But aside from that, he was knocking out everybody, and most of them in the first round. And that's when he ran into Jerry Quarry. See, Earnie Shavers was a 70s fighter. And Jerry Quarry, he shined in the 60s, the late 60s, a little bit in the 70s, but it's funny, man. You know, a decade, you can't ask for much more than that out of a top-ranked fighter. But you know, something happened on the way to the rehearsal. And I guess Jerry Quarry didn't get the script. Anyway, man, let me see if I can pull that one up. We can watch a little bit of that in the background here, man. Yeah, we can throw that one up here, man. This is not a long fight. Demetrius Bright, man. Mike Biggs, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Michael Johnson, man. Thank you for coming by, brother. I appreciate it, man. You know, if anybody's seen Earnie Shavers, if anybody wants to talk about him, man, because this is a tribute to Earnie Shavers, man. You know, I didn't have anything planned. I dug a few fights up there. I'm going off the top of my head. I want to share the fun shit, man. You know, because Earnie Shavers, he was a fun fucking guy, man. He gave his all in every fight. Let me drop a link in here. Anybody who's seen Earnie Shavers fight, anybody who has any experience with him, anybody who wants to talk about him a little bit, you know. I don't usually open up panels, and you know, this is the funeral for Earnie Shavers, man. Let me see if I can drop that on my screen over here. Oh. Yeah, that should work out well, man. Anybody wants to come on up and talk about it, their memories of Ernie, because I got a lot of them, bro. I just gotta kick in over here, man. Let them all marinate, as they say. But this one right here, this was early in Ernie's career, man. And this was he's fighting one of your best, absolutely the best white fighter out there in the get that like a little TV behind me. See, and that's Jerry Quarry in the ring. He's got Gil Clancy as his manager. Tony's Coffee House, bro. Salute, man. Salute. Salute, my brothers, man. Make sure I got you guys wrenched up over here. Because, see, that's another thing. I like to wrench everybody up. Because that way nobody will time out anybody. And it's too late not to now. I'm not going to go into all that bullshit. But let me see if I can find Tony over here. See, I got three screens in front of me. I'll make him a moderator so we can join the rest of us. See, we're all equal in this joint, bro. But see, we got Earnie Shavers, man. Earnie Shavers, he always had the crew with him, man. He had that crew with him, man. He had Richie Giacchetti and what was his manager's name? Blackie. I can't think of it, man. I can't think of it. But anyway, man, this was a fight where Shavers was a favorite in this fight. Quarry was on the downslide. You know, Quarry had very few fights after this, but Earnie Shavers, he was supposed to knock out Jerry Quarry. I don't know, Marion G. I haven't found out that the cause of that. Tupac shot 13, my brother. Salute. I don't know, man. I'm sure we can find out, man. I'm sure that we'll find out within a couple of days. But man, see, Ernie got a couple of shots in there, nothing solid. But Jerry Cooney pulled Father Time out of his ass for this fight, man. And you know, shout out to Jerry Cooney. But once again, man, this was a learning experience for Earnie Shavers. He got a little cocky. He was knocking everybody out. He went in there with a slick boxer counter puncher like Jerry Cooney. A lot of experience, fought all kind of fights, man. Jerry Cooney, he was in there with Ali, with Joe Frazier, freaking Eddie Matchin. He was in there with everybody in the day. And here he's gone, man. He found a spot on Earnie Shavers, the Invincible, the Killer, the Black Destroyer. Woo! Look at this, man. Earnie Shavers doesn't know whether to shit or go blind. He's never seen a buzzsaw like this, man. He's on his heels. Jerry Quarry, he sees the opening. He's not going to pass it up. And down goes Shavers, man. That's fact, Marion G, man. There's so much stuff out there. A lot of cool stuff out there. But there it is, man. Shavers he's hanging on. He caught another tremendous right hand, left hook. I think Arthur McCanny. That's Arthur McCanny, the great referee, man. Probably the greatest referee in the world. He's seen enough. He knows what Jerry Quarry is capable of, and that was enough for Earnie Shavers, man. That was enough for Earnie Shavers. But that didn't stop Earnie Shavers, man. That didn't stop Earnie Shavers at all. Go back there and see what see if we can dig up another one over here, man. Yeah, we'll definitely get in. We'll definitely pull up a couple of more of his fights, man, because he just put on some great fights, man. Great fights. And after this fight, Earnie Shavers, he didn't fool around, man. You know, he had some awesome fights. He lost to Bob Stallings on a unanimous decision. I don't know what happened to him in that fight, man. But after that, and he also had a draw with Jimmy Young, who he had knocked out earlier in his career, and he couldn't knock Jimmy Young out this time. And he got on a 2-fight win streak. And then there was an incredible fight that he got into. This fight is this was another great fight, man. This was the prelude to the Ron Lyle and the George Foreman elevator fight. Let's see if I can dig this one up here, man. I think this is it. Yeah, I think we got it right here, man. Let's see if we can pull it up. See if we can pull it up. Yeah, this was the famous. Talk about a phone booth war right here, man. This was Earnie Shavers on the comeback once again. I believe this was 1975, 1976. And he's taking on Ron Lyle. Ron Lyle's, I mean, this is things you don't see today. Two up-and-coming contenders on their way to a title shot, facing each other. And this looks like they mean business. Neither one has taken a backward step. If you notice, the referee's out of the picture, which is a good sign for a referee. I mean, this is inside fighting. These guys are not holding. Earnie Shavers, the power puncher. Ron Lyle, hardened, former criminal, ex-con. I mean, a cold man. Man, there is some power here. Maybe that ref's just doesn't want to get in the way of these guys. Doesn't want to get near these guys. But You know, we saw Earnie Shavers do some great stuff here, man. He sparred with Muhammad Ali. He went to Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, and the first time he went there, he got thrown out. He knocked Ali down in sparring. Ali said, "Let's go 5 easy rounds." Ernie got a little cocky. He knocked down Ali. Yeah, for sure, bro. R.I.P. Shavers. But like I said, man, he got thrown out of the Ali camp. He was invited back again. They made up. They were great friends, man. Ali and Shavers, tremendous fight that they had, man. You know, Ali said that Shavers hit him so hard his kinfolk back in Africa could feel it. It jarred my kinfolk in Africa. You know, and Ali played possum in that fight. You know, Shavers had him hurt. Ali was smart enough. He late in his career, man. Freddie Pacheco, he left Ali. He wouldn't watch Ali take that kind of punishment. But Ali did for 15 rounds. And you know, Shavers, the hardest, no doubt, the hardest fighter never to win a title. The hardest heavyweight puncher. Because you know how you can tell, man. It's not like we're hearing about it on YouTube. But we hear about it from his opponents. They say, man, he hit so hard. Several of them. Just Google it, and you'll see all the opponents that they'll just tell you. You know, Shavers, and you know, towards earlier in his career like this, his punches were short and crisp. You know, it was only towards the end, only after like 1980, when he started really looping them, almost like he was you know, I think somebody put it this way, like a dog catcher trying to catch stray dogs, just swinging that right hand, swinging that net over. But here he is with Ron Lyle, and this was a great fight. This is a great fight we're watching up on the tube over here, man. Over my shoulder, Curtis Anderson watching it with us, man, because I know he'd want to talk about Ron Lyle, actually, about Earnie Shavers. See, I'm watching. I guess my brain doesn't work as well as the vocabulary. You know, watching the two fighters, and you know, we're here to honor the life of Earnie Shavers, who passed away yesterday. I mean, everybody here knows that. You know, and like I said earlier, man, if anybody has any memories or thoughts or saw Shavers, if they want to come up here and talk about it, we can do that for a minute. Friday night, man, and all I can do is share the stuff that I knew about him. I remember when Rocky 3 came out, man. You know, they wanted Ernie. Sylvester Stallone wanted him to come in and play Clubber Lang, and several things didn't work out. First of all, when they were sparring, Ernie didn't want to hit Sylvester Stallone. And he's throwing out the lazy jab, and Stallone says, come on, hit me. And Ernie gave him a left hook to the fucking liver. Stallone puked, says he's never been the same. Ernie, rumor says he was let go because of that, because he was hitting too hard. He couldn't control himself in sparring, but actually, from what I understand, Ernie had a high voice. And they said that couldn't be Clubber Lang. You know, I pity the fool. But man, Ron Lyle down. Earnie Shavers knocking Ron Lyle. Now look at Ron Lyle. This is the end of the round. Is he going to be saved by the bell or what, man? Ron Lyle is ready to be dispatched. That's it. The round is over. Woo! And once again here, man. Ernie Shavers. He was a kill or be killed. And he's fighting a warrior here, man. He's fighting an animal, a killer, a literal killer, a man who was pardoned by the governor of Colorado for murder. But man, Ron Lyle got his second win together somehow. But see, Ernie's trying to put him away, and Ernie gassed. Unfortunately, Ernie didn't come out on the receiving end of too many decisions. But you can see, man, look, wow, how Ron Lyle withstood this is beyond me. But you can see Ron Lyle absorbing those punches and coming back and trading with Ernie toe-to-toe. I mean, damn. Shout out to Earnie Shavers. Yeah, and after the the winner of this fight was Lyle, and he got that amazing fight with George Foreman. And that was, Shavers and Foreman, they never met. And George always said, when it was mentioned, thank God. Foreman said he fought 3 badass punches. And who did he say they were, man? I think he said he was Lyle. He said Joe Frazier. My mind is shot. I can't remember the other one. But he had some amazing fights. His losses were I can't say only to the best, but unfortunately when he reached for the top, his division was so hot at the time, man. Those heavyweights, they were in abundance, and they all fought each other. And we can see here, man, Ernie's still trying to cut the ring off. That's one thing Earnie Shavers did real well. He could cut the ring off, and once and inside, he hurt the body. Those hands went down. Ernie got the head. But man, this is a phone booth. These guys could fight in on a double bed. How's that? On a queen size bed? They are not using the ring at all. This is inside fighting at its best. And the heavyweight ranks too. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we'll get into the how and whys of that Ken Norton fight. Hey, I got somebody took me up on my offer over here, man. 86, bro. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Bruce? Bruce Gas, good to see you, man.
Same here, my brother. Same here, man. So what's your rundown on the great Earnie Shavers here, 86? How you doing, brother?
Hey, doing well. Thank you for what you do for the sport, no doubt about it. But yeah, Earnie Shavers, arguably the biggest puncher in history, especially at heavyweight, certainly. And we've had this substantiated multiple times by actual people who fought him, people who were around him, and actually had to feel those punches. So I give him mad props for that. I won't proclaim to know a ton about him because I'm usually looking at stuff that goes a bit further back. But from what I do know, he was a hell of a fighter. And it's funny that he's one of those guys who could have easily flew under the radar, especially in an age where a lot of people just kind of look at records. They don't really dive into the careers of someone. They'll look at a record and assume that this person wasn't good or anything of that nature. But his name still rings bells to this day. There's a sad loss in the sport of boxing, but certainly for what he was able to accomplish, a lot more than many fighters, and it essentially became a household name, having not even won a world title. So you got to respect a man like that. That shows that he was a true fighter.
That's fact, bro. That's fact.
For sure.
Man, I mean, dude, the memories I have of Shavers were just he'd either take your head off or he gassed out. You know, the that comeback with Ken Norton, that was amazing. Well, the fight that he got with Larry Holmes, the first fight, that was that just showed you the limitations of Earnie Shavers.
Yeah.
Because Larry slapped him around. Hey, I didn't even see this B&B is in here, man. Mr. Boxing today too, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, Mr. Doc. I dropped a link back there. Somebody else come in. Yeah, Mr. Doc came in. See, I want to have people come in here that can talk a little bit about Earnie Shavers, man. Tell me what's up with the brother, because man, I mean, dude, he was Doc, my man. 86. We're gonna show some good ones here. You know, Mr. Doc.
Yes, sir. How have you been, Bruce? I'm sorry for being out of the loop. You know what I mean? But what do I always tell you? How can you miss me if I never go away? Right? Right?
Doc, you're here, my brother. I appreciate that.
I had to come back in when I saw this today, man. I knew I had to. You know what I mean? If I seen one of you fellas at the right time and I had the opportunity, I'd have to drop in because, yeah, man, it's another angel down for us, isn't it, Bruce?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I almost cried a little bit last night. I had to really catch it, man. It was in my throat, and it was like, man, and it's. I just watched him get inducted into the Las Vegas Hall of Fame. Damn, I think it was before the pandemic.
Right.
But man, it's just like you said, another one, bro, another one.
Right. I mean, to me, he's like, well, let's just say, what's the word? I don't want to say uncrowned champion because that implies he got robbed. But you know what I'm saying? If there had been more than one, there was only one champion at the time. If there was four belts, I'm telling you, Earnie gets his hands on one of them things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, today, in fact, he would basically be a cruiserweight. Because
might be. I'm not sure what his fight weight was.
He was only like 6 foot tall, 210 pounds, 212.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing that made Earnie so tricky, Bruce. All right, he was 6 feet tall, 80-inch reach.
Yeah.
So that's why guys like Ali and Holmes, what would happen is this: they would be. They'd be sticking that jab, for example, and they would be, at a range. They're accustomed to feeling like, okay, I'm safe. And them go gadget arms to Earnie Shavers would come over the top and clip them. That's how Earnie got you. He'd get boxers, the classical, that style of fighter. He'd get them by hitting them when they were used to being safe, because he had a reach that you didn't expect from a 6 foot tall guy.
No, and with a cinder block at the end of it.
That's the other thing. Yeah. Now, in our day, Bruce, we don't have guys like Bruce Randolph Sugar anymore. And now maybe it's naivety, but back in my day at least, Bruce, when Bruce Randolph Sugar said to me, after I'd seen the guy on top of it, Earnie Shavers is the hardest fucking one puncher in history.
Oh, look at it!
Look at that! That glorious 70s referee. I love that glorious. That ref, bro.
A face plant.
That's got to be Steve Smoker's dad right there. That's got to be Steve Smoker's dad.
And he counted to 10.
Yeah, give him the count and everything, man. That's how they did it back then. That's how we roll, baby.
Indeed.
Doc, we're gonna pull another one of your favorites up here, bro.
Oh, I bet I know what it is.
Yeah. Because as soon as I heard of the passing, and as soon as I said like I said, bro, I wanted to do this last night, but I had a commitment somewhere else, And today I also had a commitment tonight at 6 o'clock. I do the show with Big Duke. But I said, man, I have to get on here and I have to have a celebration of the life of Earnie Shavers. And I said, I got to get Doc here. If you go look in your little mail there,
Oh no, I didn't even notice it. I this time I must have a comment, huh?
I said, I wouldn't feel right if I didn't give you at least a little notification here, bro.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
All right, now after this fight, he went and fought Henry Clark a couple of times. Henry Clark had a pretty good push behind him, but he knocked him out the second time.
Yeah. The undercard he knocked him out on the undercard of Norton Ali 3.
Norton Ali, yep.
Yankee Stadium.
1970.
And previously they'd gone the distance in, I think it was Paris. The first fight between Clark and Shavers, I think it was.
Yes, it was, brother. I'm looking at it right now. It was at the Pavilion de Paris. Doc,
See, hey, 70s heavyweights. 70s heavyweights. If I may not know much about boxing, but I know my 70s heavyweights.
You definitely you have a memory like a bear trap too, bro. You got the people, places, and things down here.
Well, like somebody, I think it was Beats, I heard saying like the 70s heavyweights. Maybe it's in part because of the age I was. I was a kid at the time. I've even said, right, they were like cartoon characters for me. But these guys were characters on top of being great boxers. The Jerry Quarries, the Jimmy Youngs, the Jimmy Ellises, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, Kenny Norton, right? Earnie Shavers, Larry Holmes, later on Larry Holmes, Roy Tiger Williams, on and on and on. It's just, they weren't, you know what I mean? They had personalities. I don't know. There's an intangible thing there, Bruce. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do, bro. Yes, I do, man. You know, like you said, they had personalities, and we got to see those. They were always an interview after the fight. Always it's how we got to know these guys up close and personal. Oh, this bud smells so good that I'm putting in my Toker 2.
What do you got there? What do you got there, Bruce Gas?
I got a little strand called Dosey Do.
Ah, that's interesting. Sounds interesting.
Nice indica.
Okay.
Good for pain. My shoulders feel no pain at all.
Oh, that's a good one then. That's the goal. Man.
86. What's your favorite Earnie Shavers fight, my brother?
You're muted, bro. You're muted, brother.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say that I don't know that I have an actual favorite fight of his. Like I've seen some, but I haven't watched a ton or enough of his fights to say that I have a favorite.
Bruce, he hasn't seen it, Bruce. Hey, we know we're not gonna spoil it for you, 86. But you got to. Go ahead, Bruce. It's your show, Bruce. I'm sorry.
I just want to shout out to Andre Rodriguez for coming in here. Chain, my brother, salute. This is this is the wake of Earnie Shavers we're having right now, bro. And this is an Irish wake. I'm toking and smoking. I'm watching his fights, and believe me, there's nothing but respect and honor in my heart right now. I got 86 Boxing, the young historian up here. I got Mr. Doc, my brother, the old historian up here, man. Anybody else that wants to come in, anybody that has any memories of the great Earnie Shavers, man, please. I'm dropping a link out there because we're gonna watch a fight. If you guys haven't seen this fight before, man, this he's got so many cool fights in his repertoire. But we're gonna pull this one up because this one, me and Doc have watched it before, and we always get such a kick out of this fight, man. And this is the beginning of the fight. This is I believe he's talking to
George. There's George. Check out the threads on George, dude. This whole thing is classic. I gotta say, in so many ways, isn't it, Bruce? Check out the threads on even the announcer. Check out the threads on the announcer, bro. And check out Kenny Norton. He got the shirtless button down the chain. Hell yeah, baby. That's what
Hey,
I'm
bro.
talking about.
The disco's coming up. The disco's coming up right after the studio.
You know
Studio
where Kenny's
54.
going. Yeah.
Studio 54, baby.
you know where Kenny's after this, isn't it?
Oh, look at Kenny, man. Kenny's definitely got some babes on the line tonight.
Hell yeah! Like I said, you got the shirtless fucking button down. You got the big old chain going.
And if you didn't have any hair on your chest, you took a little magic marker and you put a few strands on it.
Yeah, those guys had character, and it's not artificial. Just the way that they carried themselves. You know, you kind of just pay attention to their story, their backstory. It's just the way that aura they put off. You know, they didn't have to do any crazy antics or anything like we see today or whatever. But you just see them, and you know these guys are fighters. You know.
Oh yeah.
Chuck, it's a classy Chuck Hole there. We got
Well, he's coming back. He's got a few wins under his belt. You know, like I said, he's got 2 victories over Henry Clark. He's taken on 23-5 Roy Williams, who is known to be about the coldest motherfucker in boxing.
Mm-hmm. Heavily avoided
Roy
as well.
Williams, he doesn't smile when he goes and sees his mother on Mother's Day. You know, that's the kind of reputation he had.
Yep.
No handshake. You notice no handshake.
Roy wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. He wouldn't piss on you to put the fire out, bro. But seriously, heavily avoided cat, Roy Williams.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me for a second. I gotta blow my schnoz. I'm not gonna do it online here.
No problem. And Roy Tiger Williams, also known as a notorious gym warrior on the Philly scene.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So he was a known quantity. He got kicked out of a lot of camps for giving the guys that he was supposed to be helping, giving them too much work.
Oh,
now I'm talking about major camps. Ali's camp. He got kicked out of Ali's camp, for example.
Larry Holmes.
Yeah, Larry Holmes' camp. Larry Holmes, out of his own mouth, in his I think it was Sports Century documentary, he talks about when, because he fought Roy Tiger Williams, and he says back then nobody wanted to fight Roy Tiger Williams, and then there's this nice pause, and then Larry's all, I didn't want to fight Roy Tiger Williams. He had to fight him on the undercard of Jimmy Young Ali in Maryland.
And I heard him talking about when he went to see Roy Williams when he was in his camp at a fight.
Tell him, Bruce.
And he's saying, "Come on, Roy! Come on, Roy! Come on, Roy!" Roy stopped. He says, "Shut the fuck up."
Because they'd been in camps together, Larry and Roy had. So Larry kind of thought, okay, were they like? He thought they were cool. Roy wasn't cool with anybody apparently. Roy didn't give a shit about ruthless, bro. Ruthless.
But man, this fight right here has so many. It's so entertaining. Me and Doc watched this a few months back, and we saw things we saw things we forgot. We didn't see them back in the day.
Okay, I remember, Bruce. I remember what brought this up. The question was going around the panel, wherever it was we were. The question was going around of we had to think of our favorite knockouts. And I kept passing and thinking and passing and thinking, and then I said I got it. And I'm not going to give away any more than that. But this is my favorite knockout right here.
Good stuff.
But Roy was serious business. I believe he had some serious backers at this point too. If you go back and listen to the commentary, people.
Oh, I'm sure Don King ran. He was the.
I'm talking like Joe Lewis, guys like Joe Lewis or somebody like that was involved with him.
But I know all Don King was manager and promoter back before they had the Ali Act. This was pretty much Exhibit A right here.
Oh yeah. Don King's running wild right now in the 70s, man. He's got, you know what I mean. This has got to be what prime Don, maybe not peak Don King years, but some of his best. Was that mid
1976? Oh yeah. He's just about to have the U.S. heavyweight championships coming up, man, and that was in
Right, right.
'77, wasn't it?
Because he where he really got his start was the well, I mean he'd already gotten into the game, but where he really made a splash was the Rumble in the Jungle. When he put that all together, and then that was from there on he just was a juggernaut rolling downhill.
Oh yeah. Oh, so many stories, bro. Were you on the panel when I had Tim Witherspoon on my show a couple of weeks ago?
I don't know about that one. It was like I think probably one before that. But I always catch your Tim Witherspoon panels.
Yeah, he always says he's not going to talk about him, but yeah, he always brings this something we didn't know about it. He's like, well, I don't want to say anything about Don King, but when we were in that camp in Ohio, his brother.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
remember, I asked him what his opinion on why he never got a rematch with Larry. And he gave us a really interesting take on that. He was talking about how he thought that it was his opinion that Don had been consistently putting Larry in with young guys because he was trying to get Larry knocked off, so that he'd have more control over the title. And so Larry decided, yeah, you know what, Don, screw that, and that's why he chucked the WBC belt. No one will ever really know because none of us are mind readers. So, meanwhile, look at these two beat the crap out of each other.
Yep.
And you can tell Roy's a Philly fighter because of the hooks. He got that hooking style.
Yeah, and he's a pretty big guy.
And like you said, Shavers is coming in low and bang with that fucking 80-inch right hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's nailing him with it.
Well, and Roy's making his job a little easier because he wants to hook with him, which means you got to get even closer. Roy's not trying to stick and move,
Now this is before Shavers started lifting weights, isn't it?
Oh shit. Before they fucking put him in the oxygen chamber every night, like the modern athletes. I'm not knocking him for doing it, right?
After that knockout of Ken Norton, he was considered to be the fucking bionic man. I mean, everybody said no way is Larry Holmes going to last with the new Earnie Shavers.
And
he almost did. I was going to say, not only did he last, but man, he got hit with Shavers said it was the hardest right hand he's ever landed. Larry Holmes said it was the hardest punch he ever got hit with. I mean, it was like, whoa. We'll have to bring that one up, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
But, I mean, this was a great one. But the thing is, after he lost to Larry Holmes, it was just downhill from there.
You'd see little flashes like when he looked like he nearly killed fucking Tillis. Remember, he had Tillis face down, and Tillis managed to get up at the last second.
And beat him.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. But he, the sad fights with
Mercado. Mercado's kind of sad.
Mercado and Tex Cobb.
Yeah. Oh, now the Tex Cobb one. Now the Tex Cobb one, I gotta say, in Ernie's defense, bro, that by all accounts, that for whatever reason, that ring was a skating rink. That ring was a skating rink, and if you're
he also nailed Tex Cobb that would take any other fighter's fucking head off.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but if you're for a puncher, you want to plant your feet. He was fighting on a skating rink.
Two Matador, salute, bro.
What's up?
This is our little tribute to Earnie Shavers here, my brother.
Who's that you got in the background, or is that just random YouTube music you're playing?
Yeah, that's just random stuff.
Gotcha.
But see, it's not the stuff that everybody's using. You have to go look for special things that are copywritten, and you can find them.
Ernie's commitment. I'm noticing. You know what I'm noticing this time around watching this, Bruce? Ernie's commitment to the body from the start. A lot of body shots. Jab into the body, then that right hand to the rib cage.
Oh yeah, Shavers is definitely concentrating on that body. And like he said it in so many interviews, he hit anything. He'll hit your elbows, he'll hit your forearms, he'll hit your freaking shoulders. He says, I'm gonna hurt you no matter where I hit you.
That's the problem with punchers, man. That's the problem with punchers, and that's a tactic. Friggin' I can't remember his name. Not Eddie Futch, but one of Eddie Futch's disciples was in the corner of Leon Spinks in the first fight with Ali, and that was like the main tactic was he wanted Leon to punch Ali on his jab arm. He said, hit him on that jab arm when he shells up or goes through. Hit him on that jab arm all night, so that he won't have that jab later in the fight. So these are my point being these aren't just random things that happen during the fight. These are old tried and tested tactics,
strategies.
Exactly. Like if you're working with a puncher and he's maybe not the best boxer, you got to know these kind of things. Yeah, punch the boxer on the arm. Hit him in the hips, right, where you can kind of get away with it. Right, take those legs away later in the fight.
Marciano would do same thing.
Yep. He'd hit you on the arms.
Did you hear? One of my guys who comes in here, his name is Joe. He put down in there a little fact that I didn't even know it, man. I didn't know it until today about Marciano. Marciano's birthday was the day that Earnie Shavers died, and Earnie Shavers' birthday was the day that Marciano died.
Whoa! Are you kidding me?
No,
that's crazy.
Wow,
doesn't that send a fucking shiver up your spine?
That does. That is like, I mean, that's like, bro, it's like not just two great heavyweights, but two great heavyweight punchers, and you know what I mean? Whoa,
almost, what a match that would be. Derek Bailey, my brother, salute. Rolling.
I'll tell you what. I'll give Rocky a better chance against Earnie than I give him against Sonny Liston. Although he's going to face similar problems that he faces against Sonny, which is that reach that I mentioned earlier. Because Rocky, for all of his qualities, and he does have qualities. Let's not be unfair, but he got by his own admission, he got the shortest reach. I think he's got the shortest reach of any heavyweight champion in history. Now again, and of course. That being said, he had a shorter reach than everybody he fought, and he managed to beat them all. So
I would have loved to have seen him live just to see what it was all about, because he must have been just an amazing individual to be that compact and just beat the shit out of everybody like that. Jesus.
Right, and patience. You got to have patience to fight that kind of a fight, because generally it's going to be a long term. You know what I mean? Against quality guys. You're playing a long game. You're you know what I mean? Like I said, you're hitting them on the arms and whatnot. You're doing shit that's going to pay off in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. So that means you got to stick in there. You got to hang in, even though maybe you feel you don't feel like you're winning. If you get what I'm trying to say, in the short term, you got to trust in your tactics and whatnot that it's gonna pay off in the long term. That takes focus and mental toughness. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
To sit there and like another example would be like watch the first Ali Frazier fight, the early rounds. Ali's lighting my man up. It takes mental toughness not to let that. You know what I mean? To stick to your guns and go, no, I know this is gonna be rough waters early, but he's gonna slow down. You know what I mean? And it's not as simple. It sounds simple when you say it out loud, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's not nearly as simple as it sounds to put it into practice when you get in that squared circle, when you're under fire. And that's the game, by the way. Here's where I'm going with this. Sorry, Bruce. Where I'm going with is that's the game Roy Tiger Williams is playing with Earnie Shavers right now. He's hoping Ernie's good. That's the book on Earnie, right, Bruce? The book on Ernie is if you can take him late, he'll burn himself out because of all the energy he puts into them big punches.
That was Ernie, man. But this 76. This was when Ernie was in his prime, right here, man.
Right.
This was. Oh,
Well, and Ernie, by today's standards, and maybe this is rose-tinted glasses. To my eyes, by today's standards, Ernie was actually a pretty dang good boxer. You know what I mean? He had some really good basic boxing skills. You know what I mean? He'd jab you and then bring that right hook to the body in.
mm-hmm.
You know,
And
he changed levels. Yeah.
And he didn't start boxing until 22. So he wasn't
late start.
He wasn't one of those guys who started at 8 years old.
Yeah.
And the thing about him was too, man, he had to work. He had to work and box. He wasn't a coddled fighter. He wasn't out of the Olympics. He wasn't one of these golden boy fighters. He had to work a fucking 8-hour job, and he had to work, man.
I think until he fought Ali, I think that was the case, Bruce.
Because I didn't know exactly when, but I
think because I remember they made him.
Dude, he had 9 daughters to feed.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I remember hearing that he had all girls. I didn't know he was 9 of them. Oh boy,
9.
That poor guy.
Hey, blood boxing. Hey, blood. You want to come up and talk about Earnie Shavers, bro?
Please do blood box.
There's a link, my brother.
I promise I'll be up.
We're watching. We're watching. I'll put the mute on Doc if he doesn't shut his mouth.
Exactly.
No, man, this is in honor of the great Earnie Shavers, man. Because, like I said, man, I was a fanboy. I rooted for Ernie all the time, man. When Larry Holmes beat him up, I didn't like Larry Holmes. I was fucking pissed, man. Larry Holmes beating up Ernie like that. Took a long time for me to start liking Larry Holmes again.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just to liven things up, there is some minor, and I want to emphasize minor, but there's some minor controversy in that rematch between Holmes and Shavers. Late in the fight, there's arguably a knockdown that gets ruled a slip by Davy Pearl. So something for everybody to put in the back of their minds when we get around to it. We'll see what people think. Because the way I think we watched it, within the last maybe year or so, Bruce. Either here or somewhere else, and I remember thinking, go ahead.
No, I don't remember watching it, Doc.
Okay. Well, then there we go. We got something to look forward to. We got to see everybody's opinion. Was it a slip or was it a punch?
Oh, the knockdown? Are you shitting me? Come on.
Well, no. After the knockdown, there's a second possible knockdown that Davy Pearl rules a slip, and like Cosell's like, what? And the last time I watched it on a hangout, I was like, I don't know. And it definitely, I'm not going to say it would change the outcome, but it definitely changed the momentum. You know what I mean of what was happening.
No, but man, a pre-1980s Ernie Shavers, short, nasty punches. Like you said, he could box. He knew how to cut that ring off. See, he would step side to side, but then he'd move forward, and that cut the ring off. A lot of these guys are just going side to side without checking inside, and that's one thing Ernie did all the time. He'd turn himself, and man, he was just very underrated, Doc. Like you said, very underrated.
See how he crouches. He crouches and then punches up, so he lowers his own profile and maximizes the angle, the awkward angle of his long punches that he has. And it's always jab, right hand to the body. See that right hand to the body all night. He's been hitting with that right hand to the body.
And he always ends it with that left hook too. Left hook to the head.
But nothing wrong with Ernie's jab. Nothing wrong with Ernie's jab. But
now he's catching some shots.
Yeah. Now see Roy. Yeah, he's starting to get a little bit tired, which is what I imagine Roy's been his old game plan. And see Roy this whole time he's been protecting his head because that's the game he's playing. He's like, okay, I'm going to make sure I don't get knocked out and try and catch Ernie late. At least that's what I'm suspecting is going on. Got to watch out for that uppercut, though, don't you, Bruce?
Oh yeah, that was his bread and butter too. That uppercut on the inside. That was when he hit Ken Norton with that punch.
Woo! Well, Kenny, man, Kenny was weird that way. I've never seen a guy that could be so good against everybody else on earth. But you put him in the ring with a puncher, and he just suddenly, you know what I mean? He just turns into, it just crumbles.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How he could go 15 rounds with Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
Bang Larry's head around like a speed bag, and get his own head banged around like a speed bag. And the same with Ali, but yet when he goes in there with Jerry Cooney, I mean Cooney, you can't knock that left hook of Jerry Cooney's, man. That's probably the greatest left hook in the heavyweight division.
Up there, yep.
For power.
Brutal.
LAB, salute my brother. Thank you much for coming by, man. We're honoring the passage of one of the hardest hitters of all time, Earnie Shavers, man.
Yeah,
the passing of one of the greats.
Indeed, and you can just tell he puts his punches together well. He mixes in a lot of the elements you need, and so it's not even that it's all about his punch. He can box as well.
Right. And this is like Bruce said, this is a late starter by the standards of this year.
Yeah.
And he always had Richie Giacchetti in there too, man. Richie Giacchetti, they must have shared hotel rooms and fucking cars. They were like Richie Giacchetti was his trainer, I think. I've never seen him with another trainer.
Till Giacchetti took over Holmes, I think, is when he changed trainers. Because Giacchetti, I do remember Giacchetti ended up taking over Holmes' corner at some point. I can't remember when though. See now Ernie's going for his patented move there. Ask Jimmy Ellis of putting the left hand behind the head and then bringing the right uppercut in.
Yeah, he was big for that for sure. Look, he's got it all the time, and I noticed that. Yep. He did it in a couple of fights.
Yeah, he knocked Jimmy Ellis out that way.
Wow,
brutal.
Yeah, that was one of the bright days for Ernie, knocking out Jimmy Ellis, man. One round.
Oh, those body shots, man.
Joe, devastating.
Yeah, he smells blood.
Well, and how the hell does Roy Williams? You said this guy had to be. I'm telling you, he was a tough son of a gun. Most guys crumble when they get hit with these shots.
Oh, from a prime Shavers.
Yeah.
I think Ernie's slowing down. See his he lost a snap. He needs a little break there.
Yep, here comes I see. There comes Roy trying to get that left hook in. That patented Philly left hook.
Yep, and the right uppercut behind it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that right uppercut is a perfect way to get that left hook timed and boom.
Yeah. See, and Ernie's whole game is to try. His whole game is he's been working this whole time to try and bring that guard down.
Just so much action in here. They didn't have punch stat. They didn't have what's it called again? Punch comp.
Yeah, punch stat, CompuBox.
CompuBox. I don't know if they had it in those days.
I got to be honest, Bruce. I find the stat keeping in boxing to be very poor in quality, anyways. Whenever they do employ it, so.
Well, I just kind of like to see the records broke for the most punches thrown in a heavyweight fight. Not that it means anything, but you know it was a good fight,
Right. Well, look at Ernie. Look at Ernie go to work. Oh, he looked like he had him hurt there.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not burned out yet, Roy. But see, look at Roy. Look at Roy's just dedicated to blocking the headshots.
Yeah, Roy's just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now watch this. And to give people a frame of reference, if they
Sliding
have the
counter.
time. You can find on YouTube this same Roy Tiger Williams against Larry Holmes, and watch how carefully Larry fights Roy Tiger Williams in that fight.
Yeah, Ernie still looks relatively fresh in round 8, which is
Well, he knows. You know what it is, Bruce. He knows at the other end of this, the winner is supposed to get a shot at Ali, whether it's Roy or it's Ernie. So I would imagine both of them have killed themselves in camp. You know what I mean? Because
no, I didn't know this was the eliminator.
Yeah. This is an eliminator. Well, they told Ernie this is an eliminator. I do think they made him fight Howard Smith. And so they kind of went back on their word temporarily, but when he knocked out Howard Smith, they're like, okay, you can. and then Ali, now check this out, 86. Ali started calling him the Acorn because you know why? You know why they call him the Acorn? Because they were fighting in Madison Square Garden. The acorn must fall in the garden. And this guy's talking bad shit to the hardest puncher in heavyweight history. Don't talk corn. Don't talk corn. The acorn must fall in the garden.
No, I thought for sure that after he knocked out Ken Norton, I had real faith in Shavers. I thought he had I didn't think anybody could stand up to him. Sliding counter Impala, salute my brothers.
Yeah, I had to give Roy some props because, man, he's taking a lot of punishment, but he was standing up for a good bit.
What do you think of that, Doc?
Okay. I'll break it down. In terms of what they delivered in the ring in the 70s, sliding counter statement is not incorrect. I would say this. I would say Foreman, if you watch, his whole 70s career, right, from pre-championship to the end, he was capable of better technique than Ernie. It was a matter of whether he was in the mood to take the time or whether he wanted to come in like he did against Jose Roman and just, like Ali would say, swing like a washerwoman and just, I'm dead serious though. George, when he was in the mood, he could sit there and bing, bing, bing. There's a reason he won a gold medal. He didn't win a gold. He didn't just trip and fall over face first into a gold medal. If you get what I mean, as a boxer, same thing with Joe Frazier. If you look at Joe Frazier as an amateur, you'll be like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. This is almost like a different guy because he's using his jab, you know what I mean, and all this stuff. He was a different. They gave him a different style as a pro. But yeah, these guys. So my point being that I think George was capable of better technique. Ernie, though, probably in the 70s did a better job of showing it. Whereas the older George, when he become more collected, in his second career, that's where you started to see the technique that he learned in the amateurs. The jab, just, all night in your face, the patience, all those things that he didn't have as a younger man in the 70s. But he did not have them. He wasn't able to. There we go. That's the point I wanted to make. It's not. He had those things from the beginning, right? It wasn't until he was older he figured out how to employ them. Am I making sense? Yeah.
Just saw Joe Louis at ringside, just to get us right over here.
What did I tell you, Bruce? I told you Joe Louis involved. He was involved with Roy Tiger Williams, with the management or funding thereof. You know what I mean?
All right, yeah. Now Joe got a lot of bad deals, just like Shavers, man. Shavers had it. Once he got out of boxing, man, Shavers got busted for bad checks. Remember that gold scheme? There was he was trying to buy gold coins with a bad check, and it was like there was an FBI sting, and then he got nailed for tax evasion, and tax evasion was big. I think he was on probation for a while.
Well, see, now that's something that happened to a lot of athletes in every sport around that era, was the tax evasion thing. Because these guys, I don't even think I'm saying anything really even that negative. They're not accountants. These are guys that have been told, you know what I mean? They've been told from the time they were little kids, punch or pass or kick the ball or whatever the hell it is they do, or shoot. You know what I mean? That's been their focus.
Shavers, yeah. he went from nothing but, I mean, he was born in Alabama, bro. He was making cotton when he was 5 years old. And then he ended up in Warren, Ohio, working labor jobs, factory jobs, whatever he could get. And he had it tough. So when he got his money, he helped everybody out. He invested in all his friends' businesses. After he got busted, man, he had the sheriffs. They auctioned off his house. He didn't have any. He was homeless. He went from so high on the food chain down to welfare, basically, man. It was sad. But he said he found God. He said he became involved with the church, and they love him in England.
That's where he ended up landing, I think, right?
Yeah, well, he did all kind of public speaking there, security work for big companies. Just his presence on the staff, because I guess they appreciate their fighters over in the UK. We say that all the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Now pay attention, 86. Check this out. Now, remember I mentioned to you glorious 70s reffing. We're going to see some more right here, baby. Oh!
Wow.
Oh! Now, hang on. Now, we got a controversial 70s rule, the standing it count.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Roy thinks he's won.
Roy thinks he's like, but then he wakes up and says, what?
Yeah. All right. Now,
Ernie's out on his feet.
Ernie thinks he's in another country.
Yeah, you can see the look on Roy's face. He's like, what the hell?
Yeah, like, oh, what do you mean? I got to hit this guy more?
I don't understand why he doesn't just unload.
Back in the head. You called it 86, right on the back of the head. Oh. And look at the managers, Bruce. Look at the managers scurrying back and forth, up and down on the like pro wrestling managers.
Yeah, like Kenny Foxy out there, man.
Look at them shaking their fists and shit. Like you said, there's always something more to see every time we go back through one of these, isn't it? Now Roy's kind of getting tired, because Roy's kind of shot his wad, so to speak.
Roy thought he beat him.
He thought it was over.
Ernie holding and hitting.
And still that right hook to the body. Oh, the uppercut.
That was that right uppercut. Yep.
Oh, the body shots, man. The body shots.
Oh,
finally, he started looking. The arms are finally coming down, Bruce. You notice that?
Yep.
Roy, the elbows. Those elbows look a little lower, don't they? They're a little lower.
Wow.
He looks like he's trying to find his way through a freaking Doc Alley there with those hands. He doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, now here it comes. Here it comes, people. Here it comes.
And he's vaulted overhand.
Wow.
We got another standing gate count. Here we go, baby. Here we go. 70s roughing, baby.
Had to return the favor.
Standing 8. All right. You're ready to go. Roy's ready to go. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Woo! And that there, ladies and gentlemen, is my favorite KO of all time.
Look at, they drag him up. I never noticed that before.
Look at Ernie. Ernie's won, and he is the winner. Winner. They got winner in quotes. Wait, Ernie can barely stand up. I admit it's a slow burn, but the payoff on this fight is totally worth it. What do you think, 86? Now that you've seen it,
I hadn't seen that knockout before of his. That's crazy. I mean, dang, and hey, that's what you find out what you're made of when you're in those situations that you can overcome, and he was able to do so. That shows he had the mental for sure.
Dude, he would like Bruce said, he was out on his feet. My man was out on his feet and managed to come back and knock the guy that had him out. Oh, well, Blood. Now, Blood with the factoid there. I didn't know that one, Blood. Ernie, the only fighter, rather, to stop Roy. I know. Larry didn't stop him. I know Larry boxed him to points over 10 rounds, to my recollection. Oh, Shavers and Tua. Oh, they're not. Okay, he's asking. Yeah, I'd say Shavers hit a little harder than Tua. I mean, we're splitting hairs. We're kind of splitting hairs at that point because either one of them is going to wipe you out, right? If they hit you clean, but they're different kinds of punches. Like if they fought each other, I'd pick Shavers all day because I think Shavers got that long reach. He'll be able to keep Tua out and still hit him with bombs. Just one man's opinion.
Let's check out some highlights from this fight. I think this is the first fight.
Yep. No.
I know. I think they were pony in the second fight.
Okay. Yeah, the first fight. Now, the first fight I got to say is, in my opinion, arguably Larry's best performance because he put on a masterclass in that first fight against her.
Manhandled Shavers.
Yep. Persistent man. He was moving all night too. Bruce is what I remember. Larry moved all night in that fight. Was sharp as a razor. Barely lost a round.
Yeah, there's a sharp jab he's using. A little pop on it.
See, Ernie's able to count. Like I said, he's got that reach. He's got the same reach as Larry, so he's able, even though Larry's taller, he can counter over Larry's jab.
Yeah, this is one. This is the highlights from one.
Okay, so I didn't even see. In retrospect, Ernie had more success than I remember. Because I remember Larry pretty much cleaning up on him in the first fight.
Well, Ernie, like you said, he knew how to cut the ring off. He was a good boxer, but Larry just he had a shock-absorbing chin in this fight, and he like you said, he was prime. He got out of the way of those big punches. He never stopped jabbing. This was such an educated jab Larry had. Never let Shavers get set.
Look at that jab.
Oh yeah, we talked about Rocky 3, bro. Ernie was chosen to play Clubber Lang. He hit Rocky in the liver so hard. Sylvester Stallone said he was puke. He went puked as soon as the punch hit him.
I thought, okay, I heard he pissed blood afterwards, but tomato, right? And what I remember is Ernie saying that that Sylvester said to him, Ernie, I don't think that there's any way that I can make the audience believe I can beat you. I might be paraphrasing a little there, but that was essentially the.
Well, see, I also heard Ernie's voice was too high. The producers said, no.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm just telling you what Ernie says Sylvester said to him. How, you know what I mean? Whether that was him just smoothing things out so Ernie didn't kill him for not giving him the spot or something. I don't know. Look at see, there's Larry lighting him up. Now, see, okay, now, Hail Mary punches. Now, see, by the standards of the day, they were kind of considered Hail Mary punches, but I don't want to. I'm not trying to knock anybody, but by today's standards, I think Ernie's a pretty dang good boxer.
He definitely.
Yeah, look at the body work he's doing to Larry.
I was just gonna say he's a superb body puncher with that long reach too. He doesn't have to get hit before he lands a couple of shots to the body. You know, most inside fighters have to get inside and take a couple to land a couple, but he's got that insane 80-inch reach. But Larry with that 1-2, he was just he did some serious damage on Earnie Shavers.
Look at Ernie's putting his punches together, man.
Well, Ernie, he had that. Once he knocked out Norton, he got himself a newfound respect for his uncanny power, and he thought he was going to knock out Holmes. Everybody did, man. When he knocked him down, you know how high I jumped off the couch that night? Hey, McSmith, it was like, whoa! You know, because otherwise it was going according to plan, like this fight. You know, interesting to watch, but it's not really animating. But man, that knockdown.
That changed everything. Yeah. Everything. From the knockdown to the finish, it was edge of your seat. If you were even, like you said, even if you were even in your seat, that's if you weren't standing up, right? What I remember is this: the way it looked to me the first, like when I watched it, right, as a kid, was it seemed to me like Larry was standing up, and all of a sudden he was horizontal, and then he landed on the mat. That's how hard Ernie hit him. My man, I thought my man was dead. 86. I thought my man was dead, bro. I was like, oh no.
Doc, what do you think was the more dramatic knockout? An 86. You could answer this too. The more dramatic knockdown when he got hit with Shavers, or when he got knocked down by Ronaldo Snipes.
Oh, I gotta go with Snipes. I know this is a Shavers thing, but I gotta be honest. Because of the Snipes one, Holmes gets up and then Holmes goes face first into the turnbuckle and almost knocks himself out, bro. All right. I mean, again, Bruce, how many fights today have we seen stopped under the same circumstances? Where if a guy gets up and he's wobbly like that and stumbles into the ropes or whatever, the ref comes right in and waves it off. Yeah. I'm not saying that's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying it's different. You know what I mean? We're not with the judging part of it is a whole separate discussion. Let's just talk about what is.
But I'm talking about it from pure entertainment point.
Oh, for entertainment.
When Larry Holmes went down, those two. I mean, those were so entertaining and so like wow, a wow moment. I mean,
well, how about okay? If you want to talk entertainment factor, Bruce. So we're digressing, but bear with me. How about the post fight with Snipes when Snipes ends up getting taken away by the cops with Howard Cosell caught in the middle? Howard goes because Snipes and he's got so Cosell. So it's a contentious fight, right? 86. Snipes drops Larry badly. Larry comes back and gets a stoppage off of a cut, right?
Yeah.
So then they're post fight. It's Larry, and then in one chair, right next to him is Howard Cosell, and then right on the other side of Howard Cosell is Ronaldo Snipes. Long story.
And wasn't Jerry Cooney right in the mix too?
He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Jerry Cooney was assisting on commentary up to that point. And Jerry Cooney perhaps at the prompting of his handlers had some things to say about what happened after the fight, but that's a whole separate thing. The point is Howard Cosell's trying to conduct this interview. It rapidly degenerates into Snipes calling cahoots because he's like, why didn't they stop it when I had Larry hurt, but they stopped it on the cut? They're just trying to preserve the Jerry Cooney. He's calling shenanigans, basically, right? And Larry, of course, being Larry ain't one to just sit there and take that. So Larry starts getting salty.
No.
Yeah, Larry starts getting salty. Howard Cosell's caught in the middle, trying hopelessly and helplessly to defuse things. And I mean, I don't want to spoil it all. Go watch it, people, if you want to see everything. But long story short, it ends with cops leading Ronaldo Snipes away.
Oh wow!
Yep. The cops come and take
It was wild.
It
And
was
once
pro
again,
wrestling, wasn't it, Bruce? Personalities, like we talked about. It was personalities.
and this was a Friday night free TV.
There you go. Yep, ABC,
Can't
baby.
forget that ABC. Yep. I mean, you could be out in the woods if you know. Well, you can be out in the woods with your phone. But I'm talking about you could plug it in the wall, and
Hey,
it was just an amazing thing.
bro, I've told this story a million times, but I don't know if 86 has heard it, Bruce, so forgive me. You say out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm raising my hand. That's where I grew up, and my old man would tell me, he'd send me up on the roof. We had the old flying kite shaped antenna, and the old man would tell me, moving a little more to the left, boy, a little more to the right. And then you wouldn't hear anything for a long time because the asshole would just leave me up there. But no, you know what I'm talking about, Bruce. The old kite shape.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, the beautiful thing about that too is almost 1 out of 3 people in the country are going to be watching that fight because there are only 3 things to watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The next day you could go to a place and you could say, "Did you see Larry Holmes get knocked on his ass?" Oh, fucking half of the diner or wherever you said it. They saw that, but now it's like you can go out there and say, "Hey man, did you see Usyk fucking knock fucking
you know what most people are going to say?
I didn't see it.
Bruce, let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest. Most people are going to say, Usyk who? What's an Usyk? What's an Usyk? All right, I love Usyk's game. I'm one of the few. I think Usyk beats Fury. All right, but just to be clear, but that's the brutal truth. I can't tell. My old man, he likes boxing. He loves Crawford, right? Because Crawford reminds him of, he calls him like little Hearns, because he reminds him of little Tommy Hearns. All right, well, fair enough. But if I tried to explain my old man like what's going on in the lightweight division, I could just see his eyes start glazing over. You know what I mean? Yeah, bestie humor in me, right? He can't, he's from that era. He can't help it. He don't give a fuck about you and I know that Usyk is not quote unquote Russian, but to him, Usyk's Russian. You understand? Not because he don't know no better. He's an old man, right? Back in his day, that all of that was Russian. So that's all it is to him. And he's like, oh, okay, whatever. Tell me when we have an American contender that's any good. It's basically my marching orders, and what am I stuck with? What am I stuck with? Like one of the worst eras. Okay, when I say the worst eras, I mean the last 20 years total. Am I being unfair, Bruce?
No, sir.
For American heavyweights, is the last 20 years the worst era in our lifetime?
Yeah, I even thought that the Klitschko era was kind of interesting when the when Lamont Brewster and I mean it was exciting, but this era is definitely leaves a lot to be desired.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. Because there was a lot of attempts to find that American heavyweight to face like Vladimir and defeat him, and of course some did, but usually he was just getting through everyone for the most part, every American heavyweight.
The only American to beat Vlad was Lamont, and then I think the other guy was South African, the golfer.
Yeah. Corey Sanders. Yep.
Yeah, the Southpaw. Yep.
Yeah, that was a strange title reign. Didn't he come back and lose to his brother or something? It was.
Oh, who's Sanders? No, Sanders. Yeah, no, that was like their gimmick, right? Is a guy would knock fucking Vlad out, and then Vitaly would come up it was straight out of Big Brother, Little Brother handbook. You know what I mean? You beat up my little brother, Big Brother, and Big Brother would come in and beat you up for for giving little brother that work, and that's how that ended up. And again, I'm not knocking it. I'm not, you know what I mean? I have a little brother, so I mean, it's not like I would do any different. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just saying it's kind of funny that when you see it play out in the sporting arena, the professional sporting arena in particular. You know what I mean? Come on, we all know Vitaly. In some part of him was like, okay, motherfucker, you put hands on my little brother, motherfucker. Yeah. Now here's a name that we heard a lot, Bruce, but there's not very much footage of, unfortunately, and that's Bernardo Mercado. Infamous puncher. Puncher.
Bro, and the opponents on his resume are kind of mind-blowing if you know, to the average person. You look at the people that he fought. I mean, he let me bring him up over here, man.
Yeah, because a lot of people aren't gonna know who Bernardo was. Bernardo was, you know, he was a serious player in this little era here. I would say very late 70s, early 80s. Great fight. Now, one of the fights you can find of his, he had a fantastically entertaining fight with Leon Spinks.
Yeah. Let me get my record in order here, man. Dealing with.
If I haven't said it yet, I appreciate you having me on, Bruce Goes.
Oh, Doc, you're a wealth of information tonight, my brother.
I'm trying. Just doing my job here.
Yeah. Likewise, I co-sign that. Yeah, thanks. Definitely. Great discussion.
Yes, sir. Now, okay, so 86. What is it like from your perspective? Because like I was saying, I've said a few times now, right? I often say to myself, just as a habit, I'm like, you know, okay, wait a minute, is this, you know, and I never know, but you know, is this rose tinted glasses or were things actually as much, you know, as what was it better back then? You get what I'm saying? So, but you know, so I have my perspective colored by my experience. What is your perspective based on your experience when you watch classic 70s heavyweights versus modern heavyweights versus whatever you've seen in between? How does it all measure up to your eyes?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, I think that was a different era. You had a lot of heavyweights who could box, punch, all that stuff, and usually you had to go through a gauntlet just to get to the titles. Especially, here in the modern era with us having these 4 belts, as was mentioned, it makes it easier for someone to grab a title. That being said, you don't always have to face tough competition for that to happen. But I certainly think the 70s, early 80s, or I would say through the 80s, even up into the 90s, those are probably better eras, some of the better eras in the sports history right there. And I just think today you have a bunch of individuals who are good top level guys, but the depth that they had back then were just real killers in the heavyweight division. It's just a whole different league in that sense. And you can tell that they're more skilled than some of these guys today as well, who often retire or rely on athleticism, etc. These guys were very fundamental, so I think that has to be taken into account as well, because they could do all of this against the best competition that was out there. And Shavers is a prime example of someone who fought anyone, so you don't see that as much today. People talk a big game, but it's about actually getting in there and doing it, you know. So he's one of those guys who didn't back down or would fight anyone for the most part. And I think this is more what the heavyweight division today, by today's standards, should have. Like, we should have seen a combination of Anthony Joshua fighting Deontay Wilder, fighting Fury, vice versa. We just don't get that as much now, as opposed to back then, and they didn't use promoters and being on the other side of the fence or anything of that nature as an excuse. They got in there and actually fought, you know?
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So see, see, because I keep saying this, 86. I keep telling people where this is all going to even out is when this current generation of fighters retire. All right. After they retire, give it 5-10 years after they've retired, right? And they start hearing how, forget us, the people like you, me, and Bruce, 10-15 years from now, the way they start assessing and breaking down their careers and cross comparing them to the all-time greats, and when they start telling them they weren't shit, right? Then you're gonna see. I'm not saying it's gonna change the sport entirely, but I think it's gonna be a little bit like a pendulum, right? Like right now, everything's kind of shifted over to safety, right? Long-term health and all that. I think it'll shift a little bit back to legacy. All right, it'll never go all the way back to the completely uncaring about your own well-being the way it was back in these days, because it's just never going to do that. But I think it will. You get what I mean with the pendulum analogy? It'll swing back, I think, because the younger people that are coming up in the sport, right? They're gonna see like, oh man, if I play it too safe, if I play it too safe, when I retire, they're gonna tell me I wasn't shit. And I mean, if you have any kind of competitive spirit in you, right, that's gonna have an effect, I think. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Or am I being naively hopeful?
That's a real interesting question, Doc. And you would think that that's what any boxer wants. They want to be respected amongst their peers. They want to be looked on with reverence. They want to possibly be inducted into the Hall of Fame. But man, this inactivity. We forget about these guys. There's so many belts around, so many title holders. And now with interms and diamond belts and all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. Well, see, okay, there you go, Bruce. Why was now? Remember, even though he'd lost to Joe Frazier, right? In the interim between the loss to Joe Frazier and the victory over Foreman, why was Muhammad Ali the people's champ and not Joe Frazier? I got the answer for you. Look at the number of times Ali fought compared to the number of times Frazier fought in that time span.
And look at where he fought too.
Everywhere. He was fighting everywhere. Yep, he was fighting everywhere. Overseas, UK, Ireland, all right, Maine, all right, weird parts of the US, Canada, all right, fought Chevalo in Canada, right? Oh, yeah, I had to get that in there, Bruce, for you New Englanders. I gotta give you New Englanders some love.
For Mad Chad.
That's right, Mad Chad. Where are you at, Mad Chad?
I don't know where he is. Wait, he's getting a new pad, so I think he might be in a moving process or something.
Oh, okay. Fair enough for him. Good for him.
He'll be around. It's the weekend, man.
Yeah.
Sunday night is huge. But I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about Shavers.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Dude, listen to the fighters on Bernardo Mercado's record. I found a box rec over here, man.
Hit us with it.
We're gonna start off. Randy Stevens, only if you're a hardcore boxing fan.
Fought Kenny Norton. I got you, Bruce. I got you. I remember Randy. He was a betting favorite.
Mercado just went down.
He's cut. Look at the cut.
Yep. I'm gonna play that back again before we'll talk about this other stuff here. But this is
right. And I didn't want to interrupt the conversation earlier, but I thought earlier that what the ref called a slip was a knockdown too.
You thought that was? They'll show this on instant replay. I won't disturb the.
Oh, Ernie winging the shots in.
Look at Ernie. Ernie's going for broke. And this was like after the eye surgery. This was a sharp worn Earnie Shavers. Earnie Shavers in the 80s was totally not the Earnie Shavers of the 70s. He's wearing pony. Remember I said pony? He was one of the original pony shoes, pony shorts. We were wearing pony when I was back in the days. I wasn't even a kid, for Christ's sakes. I was 10 years younger than Earnie Shavers.
before you had Nike and Reebok, you had Pony and Adidas.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was the thing in the 70s. Pony.
I
versus
had
Adidas.
many pair of ponies, bro.
Yeah, we were all about Adidas over here, Bruce goes. You just stay over there with your fucking ponies.
Well, I think we wanted Adidas too, but ponies were a little cheaper.
I got you.
Look at Ernie is just landing fucking killer punches.
You just see that power.
Mercado, after Randy Stevens, the names that we recognize here would be John Tate.
Oh yeah.
Big John Tate. Yeah.
Mike Weaver.
Mike Hercules Weaver.
Trevor Burbick.
Future champion. That's the
knocked out Trevor Burbick in one round.
Holy wow. Shit. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Earnie Shavers. Leon Spinks.
Future champion.
Randall Tex Cobb.
Okay.
Jose Luis Gonzalez.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
Jimmy Thunder was his last fight.
Okay.
So, I mean, the man has got a fucking resume that you sit down at a fucking boxing discussion, and this dude, we're going to listen to what Bernardo Mercado has to say.
So check it out, Bruce. I kept count. Out of the 8 guys you mentioned, 4 of them are future champions that Bernardo fought, including Burbick. Burbick was a future champion that he knocked out in 1 round. Look at that right hand! Look at that right hand!
Oh, what a beauty!
From Colombia.
Okay.
That music's not too loud, is it?
No, not for me, anyways.
No, yeah.
And then again, yeah, I mean, Bruce, again, I'm not a good measuring stick for that kind of question.
I think I got it. I think I got it real low. I just don't want to have it overshadowing our beautiful discussion here.
No, I think it's fine. Yeah, good to hear some jazz tunes.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about over here with Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more.
This fight is sponsored by Playboy, apparently.
Well, this is at the Playboy Club. Remember when they used to have those on East Coast, Doc?
Yeah. Well, no, dude. That's the thing. The 70s, Playboy was a major,
They had them in major cities. Ernie just got deducted a point.
Oh.
What was that for?
No. They're making them fake. It's something with the glove. They got a glove. Probably the tape.
Oh, and what good sport? Bernardo Mercado's right there. I mean,
we got a tear. Oh, I think we got to have a tear on the glove.
Oh, okay.
We got to have a tear on the. Oh, yep. We got a tear on the glove. They're going to make him replace it. Just when Ernie was getting some momentum, he's got to replace the glove now. Oh, you can see the tear though. To be fair, this was on
that comeback trail too, man. After the damage by Larry Holmes. I mean, because he had a detached retina back when they said don't fight with it after detached retina. They didn't have the laser surgery like they have now. And Earnie Shavers, against physician's orders, Don King, come on, my brother.
Everybody's got. It's like the $1 Million Man said, Bruce Gas. Everybody's got a price, and everybody's gonna pay. All right, everybody's got a price, brother.
Ernie spent his money. He was living high off the hog, and now he's got to make money. He just has too many people on the payroll. Like I said, 9 kids to take care of.
Hey, Don was a master of that. Don. Hey, say what you want about it. Again, I'm not saying this is necessarily a laudable character trait, but he was very good at knowing who he could get. Yep. Oh, no, Joe. Yeah, Joe Louis and Jersey Joe, both of them. Holy shit. Don King was excellent at knowing when he could get guys in the ring and at how much. You know what I mean? He knew how to play that game. He knew how to get Larry. He knew how to convince Larry Holmes' old ass that had been sitting on the couch for 2 years, right? After the second loss to Spinks. He knew exactly how much money to offer him to convince him to take the Tyson fight on 4 weeks' notice. Okay. I mean, I get that. That's a skill. Say what you want about it. I mean, I'm not saying that makes him a great human being. That's a separate discussion. That's a separate conversation. We're just talking about that. That's a remarkable talent. Let's say.
Now, Mercado wasn't supposed to be getting any attention from his corner over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
Joe Louis has got the glove. There's Jersey Joe
Jersey
talking
Joe.
to Howard Cosell.
Wow.
Classic.
What a pleasure to see these characters, man. It's like, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, and that's another thing. If you grew up in the 70s as a little kid, right? 86. Howard Cosell was, like I said, these were like the cartoon characters, and Howard Cosell was like the narrator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like just hearing that voice, they talk about how like smell and
Ladies and
sound.
gentlemen.
Yeah,
Howard
exactly.
Cosell.
Yeah, it does. It has an effect. It has a
Damn it,
material
Ali.
effect on you.
Get it down.
Well, no, it's just like when like they say like it's a trigger for the memory. The same way certain spells are a strong trigger for the memory. You hear that voice, and it's like, oh, it takes you, in that DeLorean.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally you'll get one of these lines that will be heard for 100 years, something like, "Down goes Frazier." Down goes Frazier.
Oh yeah. Classic.
The funniest thing I ever saw with Howard Cosell, and this was when they had the tournaments on the ship. He fought. The fight was Scott Ledoux and this guy named Johnny Boudreaux, who was one of Don King's boys. Don King padded his record. He paid WBC or the WBA. I can't remember which. Or I think it might have even been Ring Magazine, because it was the Ring Magazine U.S. Championships, and there was payola in there. And anyway, Scott
Bruce, let me. I'm sorry, Bruce. I gotta say, one of the publications that had people getting payola was Sports Illustrated. Cram was the last name of the guy. I can't remember his first name.
Well,
anyways, so the point. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll make it a short story, man. Scott Ledoux, up and coming contender. He wanted to beat Johnny Boudreaux. He heard that the fix was in. Johnny Boudreaux was going to win the fight. He was one of Don King's special fighters. Anyway, we saw the decision. Scott Ledoux beat the hell out of him throughout the fight, even knocked him down. They gave it to Johnny Boudreaux. Scott Ledoux had a fight with him after he went after him. Howard Cosell's in the middle. Howard Cosell's toupee goes flying. It's fucking funny. It is. Oh man, it is so funny.
And when Bruce says his toupee goes flying, like his toupee, this isn't like Ollie. This isn't like Ollie, like lifting it up a little bit.
It doesn't go flying, but you see some of this,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not the same. Like,
and Howard's like this. Howard's like,
because you remember in the 70s, Ollie used to tease him, right?
Oh.
He would tease him, but he never. It was never like this, man. It was never like this.
If Howard didn't grab it, if Howard didn't grab Ollie's hand that one time, Ollie was going to pull it right off. When he was like, Mohammed, how could you? People were laughing in the fucking stadium. I mean, people in the studio, they were laughing. And he was like, he had to fix it all up. He's like, Mohammed, how could you? And Ollie's like, I thought it was going to bite you, Howard. He's like,
I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah. I thought that was a squirrel on your head there, man. Howard,
See, you could tell he was, to me anyways. Again, maybe this is because I grew up as a kid watching it. To me, he was that dude, right? That jokester, that trickster, right? That just couldn't help himself. You know what I mean? He just couldn't. He's gonna crack wise. You know what I mean? And he's gonna crack wise on whoever, even though especially the ones that don't take it well. They can't. And it's not because they're being malicious though. They're not mean. You know what I mean? You can tell he wasn't a mean. He was mean. You have to be kind of mean to fight. But you know what I'm saying? He wasn't mean like Joe Frazier, right? You know what I mean? Like Joe Frazier, if I'm talking to Joe Frazier, I'm conducting myself a certain fucking way. And I'm making sure I don't do anything to possibly upset Joe Frazier. Because you know what I mean? He's
definitely not.
Right, because you just want to be sure. You understand me? Right? You know what I'm saying? But there we go. He didn't cut. Not as volatile. There maybe is a better word. Is that a more fair assessment? Maybe. You know, you know what I mean? He seemed like the kind of guy that he can take a joke because he knows he can verbally lay into you, and most likely he's going to beat you right in the end. So he ain't worried about it. Whereas, yeah.
I think Shavers looks like he's shot. Now, did this fight go to decision, or was he stopped?
I believe the corner stops it, if memory serves.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna make it this far after he got knocked down in that round.
It looked like he had Bernardo. Bernardo's impressive to survive the way he did.
Mm-hmm.
And Bernardo was like we said earlier, Bernardo was a Don King fighter, man. He was being pushed up. He had some money. King made some money on Bernardo Mercado.
Well, he had some good. You listed off like 8 really good wins, and half of which I would call great wins, because those are all, like I said, half of those guys were future champions, and at least 2 or 3 of the other 4 were future serious title contenders. So Bernardo had some really good wins there.
Okay, keep going. Ernie, though, man, he was a powerful looking fighter, man. And you could, when he threw his punches, he put his whole body into it. You can see his shoulders snap. He's fucking. He just. Every punch is powerful.
Yeah, he earned and backed up his reputation. You could just tell, and that's why people respect him so much.
And Bernardo Mercado, his face is busted up too.
Right. Yeah, that eye looks really bad, doesn't it?
The Playboy Bunny. Now, where is this fight? This is Great George. Yeah, Great George in McAfee, New York, or New Jersey. But Playboy clubs were a thing of the past. But there was a lot of boxing. You watch a lot of the 80s fights, man. 70s and 80s fights, mostly 70s. Mm-hmm. Chicago had a big Playboy club. Boston had one.
I was going to say, Bruce, but I was going to say for people that probably don't realize this, it may sound weird, especially in the 70s, but even into the early 80s, Playboy was actually taken seriously as a publication. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it had, like there was, like, you know, the art, you know what I mean? Like, actual serious art. That was that period it had where it was, like, you know, trying to be, what's the word I'm looking for? It had serious articles to go with.
Yeah, but you couldn't have it on the coffee table, you know.
Well, no, I understand. I understand that.
Well, you're right, though. I mean, they had Pulitzer winning authors in there, Pulitzer authors. Oh, I mean, some great. Oh shit, man! I can't remember the fucking authors right now. Because, you know, it's weird. When I start talking on here, a lot of the shit in my mind, I just can't.
Robert Anton Wilson. I can remember one, Bruce. Robert Anton Wilson. He's one of them.
There were some big ones on, big writers on there, man. And I just can't think of the names right now. And I'll do it as soon as I get off the show.
Yeah. It'll pop into you. I know what you mean, and then you'll be. I do that sometimes, and I'll say it out loud. I'll be like, God.
Go Vidal comes to mind.
You
know, people like that, they did a lot of those articles, and Playboy had them in there. But my Playboys, man, they were used for one thing and one thing only.
Weren't interested in no articles.
That's funny.
In fact, the last one I bought was China. Remember China from WWE?
Oh God,
rest their soul.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They took all her masculine qualities away. Turned him into a real sexy female. I mean, they chiseled their jawbone down.
They put in overtime in the fucking computers.
They even shaved their nether regions, man. She was damn. I wish I could find it now because it's somewhere in my living room, but my wife would know where it is. If I ask her, but she's probably, she's out right now. It's 10:30. Yeah, she's clocking pigeons right about now. Last I saw her, she was watching WWE and smoking some weed in her room. So we see. But I'll tell you though, man, Ernie, this was the decline of Earnie Shavers on the downslide, brought in there to enhance other fighters. It's sad to see. It's sad to see fighters be doing this. Because
at this point, he's the gatekeeper because he's given a good account of himself in my opinion. Remember we mentioned the Tillis fight. He gave a good account of himself against Tillis. He almost had Tillis out. But he was at that stage where he was, like you say, the gatekeeper. The guys were fighting him to prove that they were worthy of getting to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, though, that's a hell of a gate to have smack, swing back and smack you in the face.
That I look shut.
Well, I mean, I can only imagine what was going through Quick Tillis' head when he's face down on the mat, you know. It's supposed to be a developmental fight. Oh, it's developmental, all right, man.
And then after that, he also fought the other Ali sparring partner who was known to give Ali hell in camp, fucking Jeff Sims.
Now there's a even more obscure name than Roy Tiger Williams, I would say, Jeff Sims.
Well, Sims was more known for like I said, for roughing up Ali and
now that's a push.
That was I remember that knockdown after watching it again.
So okay, hang on. The ref counts this as a knockdown, but the other two things that oh, that eye looks horrible though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
I thought it was shut there in the last round.
Yep. And if memory serves, that's the eye that he had surgery on.
They do not give these fighters the trouble. I know Ernie went in there for the wrong reasons here, man. This is.
Oh, look at Bernardo just pouring it on to force the ref to stop it.
TKO.
Yeah. Ernie had his moments. He's still competitive, but like you said, Bruce, he's
not enough to stop him either because he fights. I'm looking at a boxing rec here. He takes on Leroy Boone after this fight, who's a name in the heavyweight division.
Right.
And then he goes right into Randall Tex Cobb, undefeated Tex Cobb.
Oh, Tex was undefeated at the time. I forgot that.
Yeah, and that was on the undercard of Thomas Hearns and Pepino Cuevas.
Okay.
In Detroit. I remember that card. That was in August in Detroit, man. And
I remember. Yeah. It had it had a little Ali symbols in the corner. I think this is when Ali was trying to be a promoter.
Yes.
If you look at the turnbuckles.
Yes. Yep. I can't remember the promotional name. It had must have Ali in there, but yep, he promoted that fight. The Thomas Hearns' first title.
Yeah. That was a good fight.
Yeah.
Let's pull up another going through his fights, man, getting towards the end of his career. Even though it's a sad I hate watching Shavers at this stage, but this is the sport we love. We can't sugarcoat it, man.
Yeah.
And this is what it came down to for one of the hardest puncher of all time. Some say, and these are those who strap on gloves. say
Mhm.
nobody punched harder than Earnie Shavers.
Yeah.
And
And,
Tex
and
Cobb, this was one entertaining fighter right here, man.
Oh yeah. Tex
you know, it's funny. Remember a while back, I was using Mark Breland as an example of how we don't have any stars in American boxing because Mark Breland wasn't even all that. And Mark Breland, he appeared on I think it was 2 or 3 episodes of Miami Vice. All right, and at the time, Miami Vice was like the equivalent of Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like if you appeared on that, you were the shit. You understand me? You know, or you had some kind of sway in things. And there are no boxers appearing on Game of Thrones or any of that. Anyways, guess who the trainer is of Mark Breland's character, Bruce Gass? Randall Tex Cobb. It's that he plays the trainer in those episodes that I'm talking about, where Mark Breland appears.
Tex Cobb was in a lot of those shows, man. Tex Cobb, in fact,
Wasn't
even right now,
Chuck Norris, wasn't he in a Chuck Norris movie? Too?
Oh, tons of them. He was a star of a few of his, not the star, but he was in Chuck Norris, Valor, Unhidden Valor or something like that.
Yeah, he played the karate guy in one of the Chuck Norris movies.
He was in Golden Child. He's been in a lot of movies.
Oh God! Hang on, the Eddie Murphy. I want the knife. That Golden Child.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't even notice him in that.
Yeah, he was the big guy. He was the big guy that they went and the Golden Child went and got something off of him at the but he was definitely.
I got a reason. I got to go watch that again now, Bruce. I never noticed that was Tex.
Oh yeah, he's got a big part in there. He frees them all, when they escape from the I forget who's got them. I can't even remember the fucking plot of the movie, but I guarantee Randall Tex Cobb is the fucking
okay.
He's the head guard, and he lets the Golden Child go. The Golden Child touches him, and he just becomes a baby.
I gotta watch this again, man. I didn't realize.
Oh yeah. But here we go, man. This was the prelim to Thomas Hearns Pepino Cuevas at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, and we're seeing one of the last fights of Earnie Shavers. He had this knockdown drag out slugfest, man. And after this, he fought on a little bit. He retired. He came out of retirement. Like I said, he fought Jeff Sims, who was a known fighter. But then he had one more fight against a ranked fighter. That was his victory over Joe Bugner.
Oh, God.
Oh, on HBO.
Yep.
Bugner quit in the corner.
Yep, he stopped Bugner.
He used the uppercut on Bugner in that fight too. I think he broke his nose, if memory serves. I think that's what the blood.
Bugner was stopped on cuts. It says.
Yeah.
And I remember that was his last victory of note right there, man. People are like, Shavers has still got it. He's still got it.
Yeah.
But after that, man, got lost to James Tillis, and then it was
gatekeeper status.
It was gatekeeper status. Holiday Inn, the Civic Center in fucking El Paso and fucking
National Guard Armory,
Cincinnati Technical College Gymnasium. That was his last fight, and he was knocked out by a fucking a 3-18 fighter.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh yeah, wow.
And he was like just booed, and he fought one more time. He won he won and got booed again. He knew it was time to go. Fought too late.
Wow, he got booed in Cincinnati, his own territory, so to speak. That's rough.
Yep.
Now, so see, this is what I mean. How much of an effect do you guys think seeing all of this, right? How these people, these all-time greats that we're talking about, but watching how their careers played out and having it all here on YouTube for them, how much do you think that factors into how overly safe, from at least a fan's perspective, boxers play it today?
It's not even the same sport.
Right, right. But do you think this is a factor, or do you think it's just a byproduct of the times?
What was your original question?
Is the fact that they got to see how all of these guys' careers played out? Like you said, Earnie Shavers retired, and then he's getting hit with all this IRS and whatnot, right? Muhammad Ali gets Parkinson's, right? The guy that we call the greatest, right? The guy that was a superhero to me as a little kid, because I was a little kid in the 70s, right? And I got to see almost all of his fights on ABC, right? So, seeing how much of an effect, if any, do you guys think that has on how modern fighters manage their careers?
I think it's got a huge effect, man, because every aspect of the fighter's business can see what went wrong. They can see how bad investments. They can see how fighting too often. The fighter can see how these guys don't have their marbles anymore. I mean, I don't know if it's for fans. It's bad. Maybe the fighters think it's better because they know what not to do. But unfortunately, we fell in love with the fighters who fought 4 times a year and fought all top contenders all the time. And it's just not going to happen anymore because they don't. The purses they get today just blows the 70s money out of the water, and they don't have to fight as often. And plus, they sign these guaranteed contracts where they can't fight unless they get the money that they're guaranteed, or they can't or won't. I don't know, but they have to get that money on their contract. And the business of boxing has to get an event to stage the area. They have to get a sponsor. They have to get like a PBC or time or something. I mean, it's a whole different business. Back in the day, I think they just set up a fight. Who wants to pay the most for it? You got it. Bango. The fight's on. There's another one next week. Now it's like another one next 6 months and 6 years. So too much details have to be worked out. And it's only boxing, damn,
Yeah. I do think it hit a point though, and then maybe I'm again, maybe this is rose-tinted glasses. I do feel like it reached a point though where we've discovered, at least from my perspective, that not fighting often enough, like Keith Thurman to me is a textbook example of this. If you don't fight often enough, that also is detrimental. Like, you know what I mean? It's not, neither extreme is good. If you don't fight often enough, you're not, the old heads back in the day in the 70s would say you're not in fighting trim. You know what I mean? You're not consistently tough. Your body's not, you know what I mean? Toughened up to the rigors of it.
See that? What a bell rang. Oh yeah, and you know what else I want to say about him too? I forgot to mention this when I just saw it in here. He got disqualified against George Chapman. Remember George Chaplin?
Oh, George Chaplin, yeah. Another fringe guy. Yep.
He fought his last loss. He fought George Chaplin, and he got disqualified because of low blows in the 9th round. I read that he did. He couldn't keep his punches up. It was an Andrew Galata affair, and that was and after that, it was just for the paycheck, and he had no way else to do it because I think the job he had before boxing was either on the line shift at GM. Or as a custodian, a janitor in one of the local school departments, but I mean he couldn't go back to working like that after being Earnie Shavers. Damn,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he made Bruce. Here's an example of like the leap he made, right? Because we were talking about this earlier, right? Where you're talking about how he had to work a job on top of boxing for a long time, right? Well. They made a big point. I believe it was roughly $500,000 in 1977 dollars that he got paid for the Ali fight. The NBC commentary crew talked about it, and they talked about how however much it was that he was getting paid for the Ali fight was more than all of his previous fight purses combined, and he had fought like 50-something times at that point. Yeah, exactly. 86. We're talking 50+ fight purses combined, and this one fight on free NBC TV, by the way, people. Free NBC, when as in we're talking about earlier, I can get on. My dad can put me on the roof and tell me, okay, a little to the left, son. And we'll get NBC back in those days. So on free NBC TV, he fought Ali, and it was, I mean, that has to be life-changing money if you're getting all your previous 50-something purses in one go. So all to go back to your point, Bruce, of he couldn't go back to 9 to 5. You know what I mean? No, you just can't do that. You can't do that.
Salute out there to Monica. Thank you for coming in, my sister. Spice up this joint a little bit, man. Just wind it down. We're here celebrating the passing of the great Earnie Shavers. Thanks for coming in, man. Hit that like button. Got a question here. Who are your top 5 power punching boxers today, currently? Interesting. I mean, of course we're gonna throw Wilder in there because he's just known for that knockout.
Yeah.
That one punch hit a quitter. I want to put Tank Davis in there.
Oh yeah, I think he can certainly be there.
Let's see, man.
Arthur Beterbiev.
With you guys so far, yeah.
Well, that's 3.
So hard, man.
Yeah, it is.
Would we say
what is this?
Navarrete with that body punch?
Might be
Yeah, he throws a lot of punches.
Valenzuela. It's a baseball player's name. I don't know if you guys have seen him yet, though. He's on the come up. Valenzuela. Have either of you seen Valenzuela?
I feel like I have. I can't remember.
I've heard the name.
He blasted.
Jose Valenzuela.
I think so. Yeah. He blasted. What was his name? Vargas.
Oh yeah.
Ray Vargas.
No, not Ray Vargas. But anyway, he's got some great knockouts, but he's still kind of on the come up. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Japanese fighter Naoya Inoue.
There we go. There's a good one. There's a good candidate.
He's legit at that weight that he's at, being a big puncher.
Okay, now here we go. Now, if you're just talking punch power, and we're not even talking win loss. Now that you mentioned Inoue, we got to talk Donaire.
Oh yeah,
Donaire's still fighting, and Donaire, and I mean, especially down at 118. Oh my God! And he's talking about going down to 115. And I'm like, okay, bro, if he can make that weight and he touches you, like Chocolatito, no, don't do it, Chocolatito. Don't let him get you to do that, bro. He's gonna hit you with that left hook, and it's
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, maybe Donaire's. I think Donaire's got to be thrown in the mix, until he says he's retired. What do you think, Bruce? What do you think of Donaire as a puncher?
Devastating little man.
Indeed. Yeah, one of the bigger punches of the last, I would say, about 10+ years.
Who's that crazy Southpaw Armenian cat? He fought him twice. I love those fights. Vic Darchinyan. I love those fights. Fights.
Yeah.
Both of them are just wild, bro. And there's another. We're getting way off in the weeds. Vic Darchinyan. For his name, Vic Darchinyan was a hell of a puncher down at them low weights.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he certainly wasn't getting by on boxing skill. I remember the first time I seen Vic Darchinyan fight. and thinking about, I literally, I think I said it out loud. How in the hell has this guy won fights? Because he looks like you know what I mean, like some dude at the tavern. Like literally, he looks like some, you know what I mean, his stance and everything. He was something else.
Yeah, Donaire caught him with a vicious hook in that first fight. It was just
the second one. I'll tell you what, Vic was giving him some work in the second one, and then Donaire caught him again.
Man, Shavers is just going forward against a big fucking Tex Cobb.
Yeah.
Now was this after Tex Cobb fought Ken Norton? Was that a draw?
Oh yeah, they had it. Yeah. I think that because Ken Norton I remember Ken Norton had some hellacious fights right at the tail end of his career.
He had
one. I can't remember. I don't know what the timing was, but he had a hellacious fight with Tex Cobb, and he had a hellacious fight with the guy you mentioned earlier, Scott Ledoux.
Oh, fucking Scott Ledoux. That was a draw, and Scotland. That was a big brawl at the end.
I was gonna say, I think they might have both been draws. Yeah, it was. I think Ken Norton was like over the ropes at the end or something.
Yeah. I think that was just before the Cooney massacre. Great stuff.
There you go. That's we were able to put that together between the two of us because I wasn't sure what the timeline was on that. So it was before Cooney.
Now I'm wondering, should I change my bong, or just kind of wind it?
Is the other one cleaner? That's how I make that determination.
It's a little on the dirty side.
Well, no, but is it cleaner than the other? Which one's cleaner? Which one's cleaner? That's what I go with.
Cleaner?
Yeah, go with the cleaner one.
I only have one in front of me.
Oh, I thought you act the way you posed the question, Bruce. It was like either it's option.
Oh, I was talking to myself. Should I get up and you talked me into it. I'm going to go change the bong water. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
It's my fault. My fault, guys. My fault. Okay. So let's reassess 86 top 5 power punchers right now. Okay. So I think we agree and Newey's got to be in.
Yeah, certainly.
So we gotta have a new. So okay, there we go. Let's start with who do we know we have to include? We have to include, regardless of what you think of his boxing skill. You got to include Wilder. You got to include Newey. Now, okay, the Newey one. That's what begs the question of is Donaire in that must include?
I mean, I think you can legitimately keep him in there because prior to this,
so that takes up 3 slots. So that leaves us only 2 then for debate.
Yeah, because Donaire's still knocking out guys, at that weight. And
Ubali, I couldn't believe what he did.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. So
I was like, I keep that was one of those ones where it's like, okay, he finally kind of seemed like he got old against Inoue this last time, but I thought Ubali was going to be the one. You know what I mean? That done him like that. And he fucked Ubali. He didn't just beat him. He you know what I mean? He smoked him.
Showed him it's real. But I think he's legit. And when he had moved up to 126, I don't think that his power carried to that weight well. So he went back to sort of his natural, or at least where he started, and you can just tell that he still has juice in there, and he can get you out of there.
All right. So we got 2 slots left. I'm going to throw a couple dark horses at you.
Okay.
All right. Because we're talking active fighters.
Yeah.
As far as I know, these guys are still active, and they're cruiserweights.
Okay.
All right. And if you watch the World Boxing Super Series cruiserweight tournament, you might know them. Dordakos and Kudryashov.
Oh yeah. Certainly Dordakos, but it's interesting.
Remember, we're not talking. No. To clarify things, we're not talking winners.
Yeah.
We're talking just can the guy who can punch? You get what I mean?
Yeah, he is. He is a
what's that
natural puncher. He's a very strong puncher. You're right in that sense. If not, he's certainly in the honorable mentions.
Now, Dorticos is a better boxer, obviously. That's
Yeah.
not even that's a whole. I mean, there's no debate there. There's a reason he flatlined them when the two fought each other. But just for in terms of the amount of carnage either one can cause with a single punch, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're both up there. They're both up there, I think.
Yeah, certainly.
So
yeah.
okay, who do we think maybe meets her? So let's maybe use those two as like a. If they don't make our list, let's at least use them as like minimum standards, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to think on it.
So we got Donaire, Nui, and Wilder. So we got to think of two more punchers.
All right, I'm back again.
Active.
Yeah, let me get. Yeah, that's tough. There are a lot of guys out there who I want to throw in there, but that pure punching power, like they just wake up and they can punch you and catch you and knock you out at any point,
Well, it seemed like cruiserweight back when, like, say, Usyk was there. It seemed like there was a lot of knockout. Yeah, because you had Gassiev, who's moved up since then. You had Dorticos, Kudryashov, when they were both probably a little younger and fresher. You had Breedis, right? Who's dressing up like now he's dressing up like Super Mario and
yeah, he did. Maris Breedis.
So I don't know, but well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we got to think here. Who else would be candidates?
Yeah,
for heaviest active punchers.
Yeah,
let's see, like a guy like Joyce. He's not because he wears you down.
Yeah,
he's not a puncher like that.
Yeah, he's big, strong to wear you down. Oh, wow.
No, hang on.
Not a knockdown.
How is that not a see? I thought am I the only one that's looked like he slipped on a punch to me.
Call fucking Hanson.
What's up, Carl Hanson?
Private chat. Oh, 86. Be right back. Oh, that was at 10.
That was a little bit earlier.
Oh man, I didn't see that.
You good to go?
What happened?
No. He said I'll be right back. I looked in the private chat. I don't play around with all that stuff too much. I'm just kind of learning this basic YouTube shit and just wondering what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Watching my boy Earnie Shavers, man.
Ernie kind of tired himself out there. See, he thought he had a knockdown.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that.
See the slit. You see how he slipped there?
I can see it, Doc. Yep, you're right, man.
I told you it was a skating rink. Now that's not an excuse. I'm just saying.
And didn't Pepino Cuevas complain about that too?
Yeah. Although I gotta be honest, I think Hearns was gonna knock him out eventually. Regardless.
Nice clean bong here.
There you go. That's what we like to see, Bruce. Yes.
That's what I like to see too, man. I can do a few more and relax, man. Maybe try another strain. But it's true though. You can't really. The boxers of today, they're not like the fighters of yesteryear. The punches, we could just name them off the top of our heads, like the fucking Lopez's and fucking Wilfredo Gomez.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Rafael Bazooka Lamone and Alexis Arguello.
You beat me to Arguello. I was about to say.
That's Spinks Jinx.
Bob Foster.
Yeah,
he was a big.
That Mike Quarry knockout. Dude, they I don't know. Again, I'm not a mind reader, right? None of us are. But urban myth has it that Bob Foster's knockout of Mike Quarry was so brutal that it literally affected like Jerry couldn't concentrate on his fight with Ali that came right after, because the Mike Quarry Bob Foster fight was the main support, and Jerry had to come on right afterwards, and he's like, is my brother dead? And as Bruce has educated us on, Jerry's dad was not having any of it. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck your brother. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, to make a point.
He was known as a hard ass, and one of them wouldn't fight anymore, and it was a sad situation.
Right.
Sad situation.
Right. But you can kind of tell, that Jerry's body language in that fight, in that second fight with Ali, is very negative. Very negative.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I'm not saying it, maybe I don't think he can beat Ali, because I think it's just a stylistic, you know what I mean, mismatch. He's just not. It's all wrong for Jerry. Just like I think Jerry beats Earnie every time. It's a style big fights. But nonetheless, the point being, the KO was so brutal.
Oh, that ring, Doc, man. You're so right about that ring. It's like
the ice rink. It's like a
Crypto in there.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are slipping.
Hey, I don't make this stuff up, people. Okay, it's not.
I'm telling you, man. I'll put you in there with B&L any day, bro.
No, don't come on. Let's not mention me and him in the same sentence. You're gonna get him all excited.
You'll give him a run for his money by my book.
No, I could not. I do not know. Compared to that guy, I don't know shit about boxing. So stop it. The instigating. You're like Howard Cosell over here, Bruce Gass. Over here instigating.
I don't know, Doc. That's pretty good, bro.
That's my number one fan.
Especially fucking 70s and 80s, man. That was the year, man. That was when the shit hit the fan,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at Shavers, man. He's slipping all over the place. This is almost comical.
Yeah, pretty much gas.
Look at all that rosin in the corner, and they still can't soak it all up, Bruce. You see that?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. And now Shavers is starting to get hammered on.
He's tired. Because he's arm weary because he gassed himself out earlier. He's trying to. This is classic Shavers. He's doing the take a round off thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
See, and then he's gonna throw a few punches at the end here, so that the ref knows that he's not. They don't need to throw the towel in or anything. But he's taking this round off. Yeah, both of them are slipping, sliding all over the place.
Yeah, Ernie is never was the fighter of the 70s. It's almost sad commentary as we see Ernie just faded his career. But boxing.
Well, let's keep in mind. Think about what we were saying earlier. By 1977, I believe it was 77 when he fought Ali, and I'm ballparking here, people. So forgive me if I'm a little off. But I'm pretty sure it's roughly 50 fights he'd already had by then. By 77, he'd already had 50 fights. And I think it was September. Again, I'm ballparking off the top of my head here. I think it was September 77, right? So you got, and this is what, 82, 83?
80.
Yeah.
80. Okay, well, still,
but
nonetheless.
But like I said, it was so fast. The decline was just so fast.
Yeah. Well, they fought so much more often.
Yeah.
They fought so, that was.
And now, Doc, when did Giacchetti jump over to Larry Holmes?
I thought Giacchetti was in his corner for the first Shavers fight. So that would have been 77.
No, he's still in Shavers' corner now.
We got a Giacchetti lookalike?
No, it looked like Richie Giacchetti.
It does. I know. No. I agree with you. It does look like it. He got the fro and the mustache.
What's the guy named Lucas? Was it Frank?
God! Now you're gonna because I'm trying to remember the managers. There was Blackie. He had two main managers. He had Blackie Gennaro, and then he had another one. I can't remember which one is the one that ripped him off though. If it's the guy, I can't remember if it was Blackie Gennaro. But now we're getting into. I mean, all I guess it's yeah. This is it's
We'll
Earnie
have to
Shavers
see- we'll have to
related.
see
So
when the fight's over. See if it's Vinci Giacchetti who's still with him.
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I'm kidding.
Oh, look at Tex Cobb. This is sad. Oh
Yeah,
man,
it is. It
Yeah.
is.
come on. How can you let a fucking fighter like Tex Cobb just unload with those crazy
different.
right hands?
This is different times. I'm not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just.
And you got to remember, this is closed circuit right here. This is
This is the taverns and everything at the time, and movie theaters even.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, man, yeah, that's. I mean,
They
Well,
got to stop this fight. Shavers just is not.
I'll tell you what, Bruce. You know what? I think actually, you just as they say, you just answered your own question. That's why the ref ain't stopping it. Because this is closed circuit, and they're, you know what I mean. They're
yeah.
They want
Carlos
maximum
Padilla,
violence.
isn't it? Is that Carlos Padilla in there?
Nah, it's some lookalike.
A lookalike? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
slipped again.
Shavers is out on his feet, man.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? You know who I think that might be. I'm going deep into the memory vaults here now, Bruce Gas. I'm going to go deep into the memory vaults. That might be the ref from Ali versus Buster Mathis Sr.
Oh.
The haircut. I'm going by the haircut alone, okay? I'm going by the haircut alone.
Yeah, that was a sad showing right there for Shavers,
Well,
and
yeah.
it's sad that you had to come back, and you're trying to get money, and yeah, when you have that as a main priority, and you're past it, it's just disaster.
Well, see, this is the thing I was getting at earlier, 86, is these guys, they prioritized, and I would be, if someone says that they did this to a fault, I'll be the first one to agree with them. They prioritized glory, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to be great. I mean, whatever that means, whatever that might, and if you think about it, that's a kind of a nebulous term, right? What is great? What does being great mean, even, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that just makes it all the more, I think, understandable that you got these two extremes, right? You got this, this generation they just wanted to be great, all right? They wanted to be remembered. They wanted people like you and me to go, man, Joe Frazier, Joe Bugner, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Kenny Norton, and just, you know what I mean, to just be reeling their names off, right? That's what they were looking for.
Yeah.
Now you got right, so you got two ends of the spectrum. One would be, we'll say glory. The other one is, we'll say,
money.
Safety. No, let's be nice and safety. Or no, I'm serious. I'm not saying, again, we're not judging here. To me, that's whether this is good, bad, or indifferent is that's a conversation that comes next, right? First, you got to see what's actually happening here, right? You got to see to me, anyways, you got to see the mechanics at work. Then you start forming opinions about what's good, bad, or indifferent.
No,
Crazy me, I know. That's probably not how most people roll, but that's how I roll. So yeah.
All right.
I think eventually it's like we talked about earlier, 86. I think the pendulum, right? I think there's going to be a negative reaction from historians to this current generation of fighters, and I think that will fuel a little bit of a backswing towards, they're not going to chase glory the way the guys in the 70s maybe did, but they'll chase glory more than these guys.
Yeah. I think you're
All
right.
right, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Let's get back to the show.
Yeah. Let's
We
get
see his face on Larry Holmes' left hand shoulder.
WBC
That's not
Larry
Richie Giacchetti, bro. Who is that? That's Frank. Is it Frank DeLuca?
That's Freddie Brown. Freddie Brown.
Yeah,
that's
Freddie Brown.
But
who's the other dude? Who's the other dude?
On the right, that's Giacchetti. On the right,
No. You sure that's Giacchetti?
On the right, that's Giacchetti, and the other guy is, I'm pretty sure, Freddie Brown.
But all right, let's see who's in Shavers' corner.
Okay. So I see what you're doing. We're gonna solve the mystery here of who's.
Yep, we're gonna solve the mystery. I don't.
Yeah,
I think Jacketti's.
Now, are you watching? I'll bet you anything, Bruce. I'll bet you anything. It's gonna be some Richie Jacketti looking motherfucker in his corner, and we're gonna both be like,
no, Jacketti is with Shavers. That guy's name is something else. I know that fucking.
Really?
Yeah.
Look it up? Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I think I may be out of my mind, Doc.
Well, no, okay, let's wait and see then. Let's wait and see.
Because that happens a lot. I do things like this, and I'm
Me too.
I'm not 100% wrong.
Yeah.
Davy Pearl, the referee.
There's Davy Pearl. We know. Why do we know? I don't know why, but we. Yeah. See that? You know, you're dealing with some old motherfuckers, 86, when they know the refs' names. Yeah, I can tell you. We can tell you what brand of shoes they was wearing.
Remember I said the pony apparel, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He does the pony apparel.
Fucking both of them from head to toe.
Looks. Yep.
I'm surprised the gloves aren't pony gloves, but Everlast, same color Everlast gloves. Real boxing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, Ernie's no joke as a boxer. He's not on Larry's level, but you know what I mean. But that's you know, I mean, who the hell's on Larry's level as a boxer, right? You're talking about, you know, elite.
And I think even Larry bought the hype. Larry saw what he did to Ken Norton, and Larry said, "Jesus, I went 15 rounds with this fucking guy. He knocked him out in one round. You know, maybe he has changed a little bit. You know, because Larry, you know." He had his qualms about him. He wasn't the professor he claimed he was in a lot of the different departments.
Yeah.
Oh, I just missed with that right hand.
Well, Larry's thing. Okay, here's Larry's thing to me, right? I love
Okay,
let me. I'm just saying we're all sharing about Larry at the moment, real quick. Larry's thing is Larry is very salty just by nature, and he cannot make up his mind from one conversation to the next what he thinks of insert fighter's name here. He will tell you, you know, we'll just for make an obvious example, he will tell you how much he loves or loved Ali and how much he did for him in one conversation.
Yeah.
And now Holmes was trying to put a hurt.
How glad he is he beat him up. Okay.
Holmes was just trying to put a hurting on fucking Shavers.
Look at Don in the background. You see Don in dead camera center on the hard camera, Bruce. With the brute, he's got like the look at Don's suit. He's got the look at he's got the the blue ruffles, bro.
Like it's coming.
He's got the best man suit going.
All right, no, that's Richie Jacketti right there, man.
No, okay, hang on. They can't both have Richie Jacketti in the corner, Bruce.
No, you got somebody different, man.
Okay,
I know who it is.
Me, it has to be my fault.
I think his name is Frank something, man.
Somebody's got to look.
Somebody look it up, man. I got my two screens going and my other one.
Yeah. Somebody, come on, comment section, help us out here. We need to know who's working the corners here for Holmes and Shavers too. Oh, look at that combination by Holmes. Nice.
Where's my man Con Shawnery when we need him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Two Matador. That's fucked up.
No, we missed a knockdown. What the fuck?
Yeah, whoa. And I wanted to see the non-knockdown because we gotta get like.
Yeah, this was bullshit. I'm gonna
I think they skipped some pieces.
We're gonna straighten this out immediately. I'm calling HBO. Oh shit, man! Good thing I shut up.
He's calling up. He's calling Djokovic. You're calling George.
I ended up in Rockstar's fucking chat room. Good thing I fucking got off the chair.
Yo.
All right, let's see here, man. Earnie Shavers and fucking. We want to get the whole fight September 28, 1979. We might as well get the whole fight. What the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Doc wants to see it. Is today Friday? Yeah, it's Friday night.
Yes,
It doesn't matter. I don't work. I don't work anyway, so.
Don't do it. Don't do it just because of me.
Yeah, no. I want to see it too, bro. Fuck.
All right. As long as it's not just because I'm being a dick.
Bro. You have a convenient excuse. Don't you?
All right. I can accept that. That sounds like my role, in fact, now that you mention it, Bruce. Because I was always the guy, right, that could take the heat because I didn't give a fuck. So if anybody was like, hey, Doc, we need, you know what I mean? You.
Okay, here it is right there.
Yeah, sorry.
The dude that was with Shavers, man.
Okay, yeah, we got to figure this out because they do look the same.
They look the same. One's Ron Jeremy.
One's Ron Jeremy and one is the real Richard Jacquetti.
His name is Frank. All right, where's my phone?
Bruce can't handle it. I don't blame him. Look at Don. Don's got that. What is that called, Bruce? That blue ruffle style shirt on the suit there. Like all the dudes at my dad's wedding had that shit. Oh God, Marvin Gaye, rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Damn. Now there's a talent right there.
Indeed.
No, I mean seriously, and that's not even my kind of music, but you know what I mean. Talent is talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, without a doubt.
And that's Marvin Gaye. You know. Now it's funny because he got teased for this a lot. You know who did a pretty darn good fucking I think it was Star Spangled Banner, or it was America, one or the other, right? Joe Frazier at the second Leon Spinks Ali fight.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe Frazier, he's on point, man. He's on point. Yeah, he's on point. You're the guy. You're like he's so on point, right? That it's like, Joe, when they put the mic in your face for interview, where was it? You know what I mean? Where he's singing, you know what I mean? He's singing perfectly, and then when they, he tries to talk, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Sometimes that singing voice can just kind of take it. It can come from a different place, you know.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You're like, it was. I guess that would be the best way to put it. It was good. It was so good that it was like, whoa, wait a minute, Joe.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't recall it. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. The rematch between Ali and Spinks.
Okay.
At the Superdome. And Joe does the I believe it's Star Spangled Banner or America, one of the two, right?
Frank Luca. I got it here, man. Yeah, his name is Frank Luca. That was the guy.
Oh, you found it.
I found it. Yep.
That's so that's the lookalike then, huh?
Yeah. So fucking who's the other trainer we're talking about?
Giacchetti.
Yeah, Richie Giacchetti and Frank Luca look exactly the same.
They do. That's what I'm saying. They look exactly alike. Exactly, according to Matador, they look exactly like Ron Jeremy.
That's funny.
Wait, hey, Bruce, yes, you can tell us more than I could about Marvin Gaye. Tell us about the talent of Marvin Gaye, because I was putting him over while you were gone.
About Marvin Gaye?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
man, I mean, you heard to the grapevine.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell, Precious Love, and
see, this is what I'm saying. You're the one that can give us the details. I just know that he's a tremendous talent.
What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, well, he had all kind of fucking problems. He was Motown, did a lot of coke, man. He went fucking nuts.
Oh, did he get stuck with one of them Motown deals?
I don't know what it was, man. He just did a lot of coke, and he had big arguments with his father. His father ended up shooting him.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that who killed him?
Yeah.
Oh, see, you learn something new every day. I knew he'd gotten. I knew he died. I knew
He was on that crack pipe, man. He was fucking.
And what was it? Wasn't Marvin Gaye friends with George Foreman, or like George Foreman like really was a big fan?
Probably, black entertainers, man. They probably were, bro. But this song, Father.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah, that's probably my fave.
So many
Legit,
fucking
yeah.
cool songs, man.
That's probably what made his dad open up. What the fuck? Whoa, that's fucked up, man. I didn't know it was his old man that done that. That's like fucking. You know what I mean? That's like. What do you call it? What's the Greek tragedy caliber type stuff? A guy like, you know what I mean? A talent like that.
Yeah, it is.
And of all the way, I mean, because we all know the guys that have the talents, right, that have taken themselves out with drugs or
Coke. He went nuts, man. You know.
Well, apparently his old man went more nuts. I mean,
the old man was crazy too, but guns, not just.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it was
part of the reality, man. Everybody was packing guns in the family, and arguments led to this, but it was brewing for years and years and years.
Jesus. I know it's common, but it's still a shame that, you know what I mean? I mean, damn. I know it sounds petty, right, Bruce? But like, if I'm gonna get shot, at least let it be by someone other than my own man.
Yeah, no,
if that's the last thing I have to see, I'm gonna feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta make sure we thank Gary Spencer Wilson Boxing for this.
Oh yeah, he's got his little imprint up there on the video.
Oh yeah. So, shout out Gary.
We're doing this in the memory of the great Earnie Shavers, who passed away yesterday, and thank you so much for putting this on YouTube.
Thank you, Ernie, for all the entertaining fights over the years, man. All the great memories.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. May sound overly nostalgic, Bruce. You tell me what you think, but I like to think, right, that having these. Oh my God! I got just completely derailed by that.
A fucking spear too. Oh my goodness!
Are you kidding me?
That's funny.
I'm sorry, guys.
They kept the nostalgic commercials in here.
That's half the fun with a lot of these. Like the old Schaefer beer commercials.
Bud, I don't even think they make Bud Natural anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I remember they used to always shout out Pabst Blue Ribbon,
Right.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, and what's the other one? Colt 45. I don't think they make. Did they make that? I don't think they make that anymore, do they? Remember they used to have the Colt 45.
I don't know if they must make Colt, man. Colt was a.
Someone in the comment section will probably.
Yeah,
I know what kind of people turn up in your comment section. Someone will know about whether or not we got Colt 45.
Yeah.
I just remember the commercials. Remember, it was like the tiger that would turn into the hot chick in the tiger bikini. Or am I the only one that remembers that? It was my.
Kinda. I remember all kind of things like that with the Colt 45, man.
That's what I'm trying to get at. They had some of the
ladies would turn into a car full of hot chicks.
Right, they had some of the best commercials. That's what I'm trying to say, Bruce.
Hey, you slam down a Colt 45, bro, and you're definitely in another world.
Yeah, you can tell Ernie's a lot more careful this time around. He's blocking them jabs, making Larry, you know what I mean, putting him under the as they say, educated pressure.
And where was this in this arena in Vegas, Doc? Where was this? This was at what was that the Mirage?
Oh no, this would be
And
the Dunes. I think this would be the Dunes.
it doesn't exist anymore. I know that.
Because because a lot of times they would set these up in the parking lots of whatever casino you were talking about.
Well,
a lot of people don't. Sorry, go ahead, Bruce.
No. I think this was pretty much a boxing stadium. They had a lot of fights at this certain spot here.
They might have been at the Olympic Auditorium because they did build an Olympic Auditorium. That's where they had, for example, Foreman against Lyle happened at that venue. Yeah, I think it was in Vegas. It was in Nevada. I know it was in Nevada. They built a venue for boxing for the Olympics when America was hosting, which I think would have been 74. I'm glad we're getting way off.
No. America hosted the 80 Olympics.
80 Olympics. Okay,
yeah,
then it would have been advanced to that. 76. Yeah, what am I thinking? It would have been 76.
That was the big crowd of the Pernell Whitaker and the Meldrick Taylor and
right. And then 76 was Montreal, right?
76, yeah, that was Montreal.
Got it. Yeah. So I think So what I'm I guess
72. That was Dwayne Bob. That was the era of the great Howard Dave. Excuse me, Sugar Ray Seals.
Wasn't he our only medalist that year?
Yeah, the only medalist, gold medal.
And immediately. Go ahead.
No, I'm looking at the commercials. I'm saying, look at the fucking Pintos, man.
The Pintos and stuff are classic.
Rust-proof by Pinto.
AKA the disposable car, right, Bruce?
They don't even sell rust proofing anymore. Isn't that like automatic now?
No, but the Pintos were the disposable car. That was
they were great. I had one. Well, I didn't have one. My girlfriend had one, and they were like, "Oh, you could just fucking." They were like a race car on the roads for Christ's sake. Everybody had these big boats. You had a little Pinto, everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because everybody had the big Mercs and the Impalas back then, huh? In the 70s, and the Darts. I think the Darts were just starting to become a thing. The Dodge Dart. But all of those were, like Bruce says, those were
Larry Holmes. He was a dot, man. He has that fucking jab on file, and he's keeping his hands low, man. I don't know why, man. Maybe he's worried about the body attack.
Well, he's a little more active with his feet this round, though. He's come out with some purpose here. Now, if memory serves, Bruce Gass, this fight took place after Muhammad Ali's defense against Earnie Shavers. Am I right or wrong about this?
Yeah, this was right after it. It was like back to back.
Okay. Yep.
Which was another.
I only know that because I remember. Sorry.
Yeah, because Shavers was so popular after that defeat. I mean, he was hot, and Ali. Mm-hmm. I think Ali. I think he needed money for something, man. It was either in the Ali fight or in the Holmes fight. I think it was the. Did Ali fight Shavers because Shavers needed some cash? You would know that. Doc.
No, he fought Shavers. He fought Shavers because he'd given his word, and he swerved him once. All right. Now I might have this backwards, but it's either this way or it's the reverse. He fought the fight we saw earlier. He fought what was supposed to be a final eliminator against Roy Tiger Williams, right? Mm-hmm. They ended up making him fight Howard Smith, okay? Or it was Howard Smith was supposed to be the eliminator, and they made him fight Roy, okay? I can't remember which one it was, all right? I'm not perfect. But one or the other. So they swerved him once a little bit and said, okay, you're going to have to fight one more time, Ernie. Ernie knocked that guy out too, and Ali said, I got to fight the guy. Simple as that. Simple as that. It wasn't about. It wasn't about. It's my point being. It wasn't about mercy. It was about okay, he earned it. Because you got to remember, you're dealing with a supreme competitor. And if people start chirping, we're chirping, oh, we think, so and so, whatever. Well, then, yeah, that's why there's a reason he fought Larry when he had no business being in the ring.
Oh yeah.
All right, it wasn't just because they put a bunch of money in front of him. It's because they put a bunch of money in front of him, and he's, not a completely sane individual. A normal, sane civilian doesn't go into boxing. I mean, seriously, getting punched in the face for a living. Think about it. I'm serious. I know it sounds. I mean, it is kind of funny, but it's also true. And really, a lot of people will tell you any success, high-level success, I should say, in any sport requires a little bit of what they call irrational confidence. If you're, what I mean, you have to be wired that way, and then have talent on top of it, and then have the proper guidance on top of it, and then you might, if you're lucky, become great. Or at least pretty damn good, like Earnie Shavers. Sears. Now, there's a name that you don't hear every day anymore.
No, that was man. They started folding down when they closed down. That was the end of an era right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's closed now. I went to get some sneakers the other day. I went to this place, Bob's store. I always go to, and they have everything. It's like men's clothes. They got women's clothes, but it's strictly clothes, and they're fucking out of business. I'm like, oh no. And next door they had a fucking Skeech's a Skeech's factory outlet, and I didn't like anything in there, man. I walked around there. I said, shit, But so I ended up coming back to my town and going to this place that's been there for 100 years, paying $100 for what I probably could have got $60 for if Bob's store was still there. And fuck, I don't know how to. The only way this other place stays open is saps like me, I guess. But yeah, man. Yeah. I guess everything's now Bitcoin and fucking internet, and even Starbucks. They're going to go cashless within the next 2 years. 100% cashless.
That's you know what? You know what that's going to do, though, Bruce. See, and I always tell people. I tell people in all phases of my personal life, things come in cycles. What that's going to do, Bruce, in the long term, is it's going to raise the value of, for lack of a better term, interpersonal interactions. Whether it's going to meaning like going to a concert where there's actual people there. That's going to become more novel. The more what you're talking about becomes the case, because I don't disagree with you. But the more that becomes the case, the more novel. Did you guys follow what I'm trying to say? The more novel human, actual, interactions involving actual humans are going to become. And the more novel they become, the more valuable they'll become.
Oh, yeah.
So something like a music concert, right, with an actual human crowd will become more novel. But when something becomes more novel, that automatically means it becomes more valuable. Because it becomes more scarce by definition.
Yeah.
And
I can agree with that for sure.
And again, that comes back to my pendulum analogy. These kind of things, they kind of, it's not a perfect analogy, but they do kind of swing, you know what I mean, from one extreme to the other. And they kind of, over time reach one equilibrium only for one other phase of it to start swinging, crazily back and forth, whether it's money or the drugs or the ability to get gigs or because there's a time.
Ernie looks like he's starting to close in over here. This is Ernie's round.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Get us back on track, Bruce. Get us back on track. Absolutely. Now look at this.
There we go.
Oh, what do we got here? The 5-speed stick shift with the disc brakes.
Looks like a Mazda.
Yeah. Steel belted radials, Bruce Gas.
What do we got there? Oh, look
Oh,
at
$8,000.
Eight
$8,000.
Mazda RX-7.
There you go. You called it. You called it, Bruce. You called it.
Dang, 1980, 8,000.
Yeah, man. That's it. This is what I'm saying.
Crazy.
It's in a lot of ways. It's like
1980. That's
yeah.
not. Yeah, 1980, bro. That's.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how much I paid for my rent back then?
Oh, you're gonna hurt you're gonna make me cry here. Tell us.
You know, I had a 1-bedroom apartment, fucking $100 a month.
Wow, that's insane.
Oh, my goodness. Like I said, different world, man. Different world. And then it seemed to me now,
And the guy even begged me to take it. It was like, you know.
So 1980, right? Or in this time period, I'm you know, well, here I'd be about 12, right, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to me, Bruce Gas, like everything changed after the gas. Remember when they were rationing the gas in the late 70s, and you had the lines.
I remember in the early 70s when you had to have
the embargo from the
days, man.
You had the embargo from the OPEC.
From Iraq.
Yeah.
From,
The
OPEC, wherever it was from, but yeah, you couldn't just pull unless you knew. I knew a guy with a gas station, so.
Oh.
But there were lines. If your license plate ended with, like, you know, an odd number, you could only go on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and even number Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and only certain hours. So the fucking lines were long, man. But like I said, dude, I knew the guy who owned the gas station, and he told me, come in when it got dark, park my car over here, you know,
right,
and bang, you know, I'd fill it right up, no problem. So
the reason I brought it up is
small pond, you know, big fish in a small pond. So.
Well, because I was gonna say it's as granted I was a kid at the time, but it seemed to me that was kind of the tipping point where things started to change, where, like, you know, rent and everything else, you know, but you know, your friend, you would notice your friends and whatnot moving more.
Cars, I couldn't believe how much cars cost, man. You know, all of a sudden they went with that $8,000 Mazda.
that went out there.
20 grand, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
For just garbage, for a Toyota Corolla, you know, $24,000. Dude, I remember back in the 70s, you could buy a house for that fucking price.
Right, with some decent amount of property too, Bruce, with that price. You're not talking like a quarter acre. You're talking.
I hate to talk like that. That's just fucking bullshit. You know, hey, yeah, I remember. Hey, that's what it used to be
back in my day.
Yeah.
Uphill both ways, 86.
The boxing was just as good as the fucking prices, though. That's the thing, man. We got our money's worth in the ring every weekend.
Yeah, those guys, they were, different conditions for them, and them fighting so often and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the money today, of course, you have to have a major incentive to take a risk like a guy, or fighting a guy like Earnie Shavers if he was fighting today, you know. But people will be clamoring for it.
Okay. You know what? No, hang on. All right, you know what? 86. I'm gonna push back a little bit, because I'm curious. I have a genuine question. So the fight I mentioned earlier, right, where Ernie got paid $500,000 roughly against Ali. Ali got $3 million. Okay, there might be a little give or take, but we'll call it $3 million. Somebody in the comment section, anybody, I know there's easy ways online to find this. What is $3 million in today's dollars? Because I have a feeling it's a pretty big amount of money. That I have a feeling it's an amount of money that most fighters don't get. Put it that way.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, $3 million in today's dollars. $3 million in 1977 dollars in today's dollars. To be completely precise.
Salute, Friesen. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Friesen? We're all waiting for that Ernie right hand. We all know it's coming.
Oh yeah, man. And Ernie's getting braver and braver, and he seems like Larry's kind of, he's not his offense right here. He's more. Look, he almost ran away right there.
Yeah.
Doc, yeah, that 3 million
Yes, sir.
today would be like 15.1 million.
Okay, who's getting 15 million for one fight? Anybody? Name me. I mean, okay, we had what, Joshua and Usyk. I think they might have. Did they even get that much?
What I heard.
I heard they got upwards of $80 million a piece.
Okay. Well, all right. Fair enough. So that's two. Who else is getting? How much did you? Hang on. How much did you say?
Maybe your buddy Canelo.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's three. You said 30 million, 86. 15.
But
15. 15 million.
Okay.
But Errol Spence and fucking Bud Crawford aren't going to get that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get at. I mean,
they're bitching between, for like 4 million to 5 million. They're fucking screaming around in that neighborhood. And you're talking.
So this is the kind of thing I'm talking about, Bruce, when I say that if you really want to be brutally honest about it, America, as in the United States of America, has no boxing stars. None. Zero. All right? Cannoli is Mexican. I don't care where his camp is. I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
Man was born in Mexico, and nothing wrong with that. Julio Chavez is Mexican, right? Nothing wrong with that. He's Mexican, is my point. There are no American, or if you want to include him, then I'm going to say that the biggest American star is a Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm not, not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just telling you what is. And then we can have that conversation. That's what is.
Yeah. Certainly.
I think it's coming up.
It's coming soon, Bruce Gas. It's coming soon. and like you said, Larry's getting more and more negative.
Lowering his hands. Oh. I think that was I think the knockdown is in the 7th round, isn't it? Because he went on to do some serious damage to Shavers. He was never the.
Yeah, his face is already just getting super puffed.
What the hell kind of fucking music am I playing in the background here? Damn, this almost sounds creepy.
Coming out of nowhere.
I'm gonna have to stop this and get into that. Hey, hang on a second here. Let me get my shit in order here, man.
Got you for sure.
Remove that for a sec. Oh, Mr. Doc dipped out. No,
he might have fell off.
He's back again. There he is.
Man, I plugged my guitar in, and then my computer said, "Fuck you, Doc."
Let me get this fucking shit off here, man.
Dude, it screwed me right before the knockdown, didn't it?
Oh, he paused it. Bruce paused it, so
thank you, Bruce. Yes. Thank you. Because I want to get Fresh Eyes' opinions. I want to get everybody's opinion on on the slip that comes late. What gets called a slip later on.
Oh, okay.
There we go. This is easy to listen to. Now I'll get that. Put this back. Put this here. Oh, I'm gonna have to bring it up here again. Stop sharing screen. Then we have to share screen. And I'm gonna get up there. There we go. Okay. Oh, Larry tried to took his head off. Not succeeding. I think this picks up a little bit.
How you got it from that? It's crazy.
Yeah, wake up, Larry.
Wow.
All right, let's see a second knockdown here.
He's almost out of it.
I think it's going to happen the next round, Bruce. Oh, look at Ernie. He's swinging for the fences, man.
Yep, and I was.
Look at some of that's getting in, man. The body shots. Oh my God. Oh,
bro, I couldn't.
Oh, the uppercut. Oh. Who's that? Derek, baby.
Don't you remember that movie?
Explain to the young ones.
Anybody had a Bo Derek poster on their wall?
Explain to the young ones about Bo Derek, Bruce Gass.
Oh, she had a poster right there, man.
Oh, here we go. No, that'll explain.
Everybody had that poster on their wall, but she had full erectile nipples in there. This was the movie of the year, so to speak.
That's one way of putting it.
Ken. Yeah, back in those crazy early 80, 79.
Yep, that was a 7. Yep.
That was before AIDS, so you could have a real good time.
Damn you, Bruce. See, Bruce. Because about in 1980, 86. The reason I say damn you, Bruce. 1980, I'm 12, right? I turned 15 pretty much right when the peak of the fucking AIDS hysteria hit. It's like, oh man, I got a shitty deal in that regard. Meanwhile, Bruce is over here right in that perfect sweet spot between the advent of birth control.
Well, no, actually, when I got my first divorce, it was kind of like right at the peak of it, 85. That was a bad time, 86. So you had to be real careful, especially, man. I was like I just got divorced. Just touching people. But women were very careful too. So, but then again, I knew a girl who died. So,
but you at least got to be a teenager during a period where you didn't have.
Yeah, right. You didn't
That's
care.
what I'm saying. I turned 15 when the hysteria hit. It was like, oh, are you kidding me? You know what I mean?
Well, you could always get a shot of penicillin for the worst thing you got from mustache. You get the death sentence.
Some penicillin.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, no, it's true. 86. I'm telling you, they're my like all the people like I know that are my age or within 2 or 3 years, say, right?
Yeah.
All of them. That whole AIDS thing fucked them up in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It affected them one way or the other. Whether it made them, excessively reckless or excessively cautious. You get what I'm saying? It affected them one way or the other. So I mean, it's not it's not nothing. I wouldn't say it's the biggest deal in the world, but it's not nothing. It's you know, it's an interesting thing to me because it's something that makes us different.
I can agree with that for sure.
But then again, I tend to be philosophical about this kind of stuff. Now I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for the. I sit here and promised everybody that there's a slip that may have been a knockdown, but I'm telling you, it happened.
Oh,
wow.
Now, look at
Larry's getting mean again here.
Larry, lighten them up. Larry, lighten them up.
Yeah.
Now, see that now back in these days, Davy Pearl was considered a good referee because you know
He let it go.
Well, and the rule of thumb is if you don't see him in the picture very often.
Yeah.
If you don't see him in the picture very often, that's a good ref, and you didn't see him in the picture very often. All right, now come on, don't make me have YouTube. Don't make me have a goddamn. Oh, what do they call that shit? Where you remember shit one way, but it turns out another way. You know what I'm talking about, 86. What is that called?
Deja vu or something?
No. What's the name of the brother that got let out of prison in South Africa?
Oh, Nelson Mandela. Oh, the Mandela effect.
The Mandela effect.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, don't make me experience the Mandela effect here. I remember there being a time where Larry falls down and gets ruled a slip, and it's not, you know what I mean, 100% obvious. I'm gonna stick by that right up until YouTube makes a liar out of me, and then I'm gonna go fuck. that is the way I remember it.
And the whole place erupts because Shavers has got another possibility. Because, honest to God, Doc, after he survived that knockdown and he started picking Shavers apart, and you saw that eye just becoming opened and bloody, and I knew this fight was gone. In fact, Larry Holmes even said to the referee,
I did.
And he even said to Shavers, and Shavers said, "I don't quit."
Yeah.
He said, "Come on, why don't you quit?" I don't quit. And then Larry just said, "Okay." You know, here comes speed bag time.
Okay, it's coming up, I think, right here. I think it's coming up this round. Because some of these overhand rights are like a prelude to what I'm talking about. Now, and Earnie is, don't get me wrong, Earnie is gassed, you can tell.
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
That was a real look of frustration there, man.
Yeah, he's just looking for that one punch.
Mm-hmm. Earnie's swinging from Australia.
And it looks like he's even bad-mouthing, saying, "Come on, motherfucker."
He's talking shit, yeah. Well, again, now see, this is a difference in culture. Back then, dude, these guys would say it within like okay, if you were playing football at recess, I'm talking about grade school for me, right? Dude, we would say things to each other that you would never ever repeat. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even repeat them to each other privately, right? It was strictly in the context of competition. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, certainly.
That's what I'm saying. But there, you know. Now again, I hesitate. Unlike some people, I hesitate to use the word soft. But things have definitely changed. Like, you know what I mean? That just, you know, kids aren't allowed to do that anymore, and that's just the way it is.
Oh wow.
Carl.
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah. Oh.
No, apparently I'm full of shit because I remember there being a controversial moment up here. It looks to me like the only controversy is why isn't Larry getting a knockout?
Oh,
right there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm smoking dosey dough.
Okay. I'm gonna take it.
You're right, man. Wow. I forgot all about that.
I'm gonna take a hit now because I thought I was
No,
looking
no,
like a
look
dumbass.
at the place is going wild now. That looked like let's see that again.
Yeah, let's back that. If you would please, Bruce Gas, back
Well,
that up.
no, they're gonna play it again in slow motion. We'll see it again.
Okay. Yeah.
It looked like that punch landed. There might have
I
been.
had one of those
split with
exact
that punch
Corollas
landed.
just like that, same color and everything, man. I bought it for $600. It was in an accident.
Wow.
Is this the Toyota Celica or is it another Mazda commercial?
No, that's Toyota.
Toyota Celica, baby.
I had, it was nice. I had the T-tops. You could roll them right back and.
Yeah.
Hey, those got you the girls back then. Carl Hansen says 100% knockdown. So hey, if Carl Hansen says knockdown, you can take that to the bank, right? Okay, let's see what we got here. Are they showing it again? Looks like it.
Well, they said round 10.
No, you gotta back it up, Bruce. We gotta see it again. So we can give legitimate opinions here.
Okay, let's see here, man.
It was right before the commercial. Almost.
Right before this.
All right, folks. What do we think? Ooh. Here it comes.
Vicious uppercuts.
There it is. Oh, no, not quite.
Oh,
It looks like it's over in one way.
Larry's beat so bad.
Oof.
Man, just seeing him take those type of punches.
Larry thinks he has them. Here it comes. There it is. That looks like the right hand of the cheek.
It sure hell looked like a knockdown.
Yeah, I think Larry. Look on Larry's face. I think he thought it was.
Yeah, that looked like he hit him clean in the face to me, fellas. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be biased.
And look at Don King. I think Don King would rather see.
Don is all going, uh-oh.
I think Don King would have rather seen Shavers win this fight. I think he knows he's got more control over Shavers. And Holmes.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. You're okay. So you reckon that was going on is all the way back then?
Oh, well, you could see the sternness. You could see the worried expression in the seriousness of Don King. Yeah, I had a Celica just like that, man. Same fucking thing. Hatchback.
That same color.
Yep. Stick
Same
shift.
color. Yep, same color, man. People would see, oh, what a nice car, till they walked up to it and saw the thing was fucking flipped over in a ditch and fucking dents. Looked nice from a block away,
By the time the girls were in it, it was too late.
I was already with one at the time, so not too many went in there. A couple did, but not too many.
Bruce was working his way through marriage number whatever at that point.
Maybe one or two. Not to be bragging, And here we go, bro. Larry Holmes has just said, "Fuck you, man. I'm getting this fight over with, and I'm gonna hurt you."
Yep.
Quit.
Man,
see, that was a major momentum tipping point, though. You know what I mean? If that gets called a knockdown, I think the momentum's different. Don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. But I also think Larry could have survived it because Larry was good with those flash knockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Just might have taken a little longer, is all. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the title fight, so it must be 15 rounds.
Yeah, it probably is. Is it 80 or
No. Wait a minute. Let me see. Yeah. 87 was the last 15 rounder. Yeah, this was 15 rounds for sure, man. Because it wasn't till 81, 82 when they started with Dooku Kim.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was all 15 rounds here, man.
Oh yeah. Man, if Shavers wasn't so prone to gassing, you can only imagine if he had that conditioning, that power just carries in every round of the fight, you know.
Oh yeah, and you got to remember, man, he had no backing. He had to work. He didn't have a nutritionist. He didn't have fucking training facilities except when he was with Don King.
And like Bruce said earlier, look how much he's putting into every punch here. He's putting his whole body into these, swings. He's still throwing. Just, you know what I mean? He's throwing with everything. He doesn't have and this is probably his biggest, most fatal flaws. He didn't have that sense of, you know what I mean, like hitting people at different velocities. Like he didn't have different speeds on his pitch. Like if you want to use a baseball analogy.
Oh
yeah.
Look, what's Davey Pearl doing here?
Yeah, they hit him low. He hit him low.
I didn't get that. Shavers just got another one in there. So you get that sneaky uppercut in there. Well, Larry's just trying to drop that fucking right hand on him and fuck him, end this fight. Sears Die Hard. Oh. Fire and Ice auto oil.
These commercials are funny.
Dude, they're classic. Classic.
Fire and Ice.
What is that?
Motor oil, 10W4.
Oh, okay. Fire and Ice. Wow.
Zantac. That's probably got a little bit of fucking.
Ephedrine. Probably got some ephedrine.
Yeah, exactly. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
You can get your ephedrine over the counter back then, man.
Exactly. Little bronchodilators, a little ephedrine.
Little post-nasal drip, right, Bruce?
maybe a little Benadryl in there to calm off the jitters from the ephedrine.
Yeah, and then when they took those away, NyQuil became the thing.
Oh, man. It's sad to say, but I knew guys that came back from fucking Nam who were addicted to NyQuil, man. It was sad.
Wow. Yeah, dude. And kids in school. Like NyQuil was the thing, man. You hang out after school and just drink a bunch of fucking NyQuil.
I think I might have had it once. I might have tried it once.
No. Here's the funniest part, Bruce. You know why the parents didn't notice, right?
They were using it too.
Well, they were high too, but that's a different discussion. The reason they didn't notice is because the kids weren't causing any commotion. You know what I mean? If anything, they were passing out in front of the TV after they're in a NyQuil coma. So, so the parents didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, I think Shavers is trying to find some life in his feet. He's dead.
Carl Hansen plans to give his kids oxys to calm them down. I'm teasing Carl.
Almost a sad way to see Earnie Shavers go out, but man, this is how he went out.
Yeah.
This was one of the classiest. This was one of his biggest paying, I guess. His profile.
He can barely even keep his arms up now.
Oh yeah, man. It's hard to believe they're letting this fight continue. Davey Pearl is keeping it.
Larry's looking at the draft.
You want to continue? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I mean, fighters never say no.
Yeah, straight up. You got to save them from their
That's
own.
it. That's
So,
it.
That's it. David's seen enough.
Hey guys, it's fucking midnight over here, man. I gotta put my dog out. I gotta get
yeah.
something to eat, and I gotta go to bed.
I
Yeah,
respect
yeah.
it. I
Same
appreciate
here.
you having me on, man.
Oh yeah,
Rest in
Appreciate it.
peace, champ. Rest in peace, champ.
Hey, thanks both you guys for coming on here, man. And shout out to Earnie Shavers, man. Rest in power, my brother. Peace to you guys. Peace to everything else, man. Salute. Good night.
Peace.